Yeah, I want to go live. I just need to actually see which one is which. So for me, how do I how do I view it really quick? Let me see. Um this is for the TikTok, right? So let me hit this right quick. Post that. But I need to actually see which is on the TikTok. Hold on, my bad. I need to see really quick. Okay, so does it show I'm live on this one? All right, and then I gotta see. Okay, so I have this one for that I could read, and then for this chat. Okay, my bad. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get the chat situated. Okay, put that there. Okay, and then for the YouTube, can I view the YouTube? All right. Hold up. I was not as prepared as I should have been. Okay, so let me see. Can I see this? All right, is this the one that I should be live on this one, but let me see. Does it have me live? All right, so if it doesn't, then I don't know what the other one. I thought I was multi-streaming, so it might be multi-streaming on another account then. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Okay, no, 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 no. I am live. Okay, this one is live. All right, so if it doesn't, then my bad. Okay, so both of these is live. Both of these. Okay, so I'm trying to do. How do I get the other one on here? Hold up. Okay, take this one there. Okay, then place that right here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Live on live. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube. My link is in the bio on there, and then I'm live on here on TikTok. So I'm live on both. Live on both. I think hopefully I'm not lagging, but basically just waiting to see. Hold on, let me get back on here. Because they saying this is not a super team, right? So I'm just trying to understand and get a feel for how people are saying that this Cavs team was not a super team, right? That's basically what I'm here to talk about today, to see if anybody want to talk about it. Because to me, in my opinion, this was a super team, right? And I have my reasonings as to what the heck. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. What does it say on this one? Close. Okay. So let me monitor that chat. Yeah, but anyways, Super East team for sure. Well, I mean, I feel it was not even just a Super East team, it was a super team. Obviously, the Warriors were the better team. The Warriors were the best team in the league that year because they were the champions. But this was a super team. I'll go back and look at the teams and the rosters here in a second, but I just want somebody to tell me why I wasn't a super team. But matter of fact, before I do that, let me get this up really quick. Let me do. Let me get this up here. Let me see. Season. Give me 1 second. I'll pull this up here. All right. I'll pull this up. And then let's talk about this. Okay. Bring this one up here. Paste and go. All right. So this is the you have to be stopped. You're hurting the feelings of Bron fans. Hey man, I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth out here, man. You know, and feelings ain't facts. They getting mad that I am showing the truth. What is your definition of a super team? What is your definition of a super team? That's what the topic is today, is for y'all to tell me how that wasn't a super team. But thank you guys for liking the live. But KG, tell me what your definition of a super team is. We'll look at the Eastern Conference. Let me make sure this is the right season. I'm pretty sure it is 2017 Cavs. Pretty sure this is the right one. Yep, because they got all these players here. Okay, so let me just make sure. Because was by far the most stacked East team in 2018. So we got Toronto at 59 and 23. Boston, the number 2 seed, at 55 and 27. The 76ers were the 3rd seed at 52 and 30. The Cavs were the 4th seed at 50 and 30, right? So we can use these we'll use these 4 top teams. We're not worried about the West, what they got going on, what they have, none of that. We're not worried about none of that in the West right now. We're talking about the East, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Cavs at 4, Pacers at 5, Heat at 6, Bucks at 7, and then the Wizards at 8. The East was pretty top heavy. It wasn't like, and this is the only thing I will bring up on the West. I mean, we could even look at records. We could use the top 5 teams versus the top 5 teams over here in the West. The East was really, really top heavy here, right? So what I'm going to do really quick is we'll look at the rosters. Let's look at these teams. Let's look at these rosters. Let's see what they got going on. Again, nobody has told me how this isn't a super team. KG, you want to tell me your definition of a super team? I'm still waiting on it if you do. And so let's take a look at their roster. Pretty simple. It has to consist of 3 top 10 players. So a super team is only consisted of 3 top 10 players. Okay, so if it's only consisted of 3 top 10 players, how do you know the top 10 players? Before the season or after the season? What are you referring to as top 10 players? It's pretty simple. It has to consist of 3 top 10 players. I'm going to have to agree to disagree on that. You say that's because, but if you want to further elaborate, it is only a super team if Bron lose to them. I mean, that's pretty much the way how he just made that sound. So the number, Sincere, what's good? What's good? Thank y'all for the likes, man. Thank y'all for stopping in. So we had the Raptors this year, right? He said, KG lied to you. He did. That's why I'm saying, what are we judging the top 10 off of? Before the season starts or after the season starts? Is that what the top 10 is off of? So again, for the same season, guys, this is the number 1 seed, right? We got OG Anunoby, Lorenzo Brown. Let me just go off the names of the players you guys will actually know. Well, if you based it off of the 17-18 Cavs team, then before the season. Okay, so if it was before the season, just like you just said, based off the 17-18 Cavs, then that is a super team. LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Isaiah Thomas. Was Isaiah Thomas not coming off of his best season that he had? You just said before the season. That is a super team. It's a super team. Isaiah was an all-star too. So how many top 10 players on Toronto? So for Toronto, they had, and this is his rookie season, by the way. I'm going to show you guys stats, but this is OG Anunoby's rookie season. They had DeMar DeRozan. They had Serge Ibaka, Kyle Lowry. They had Jacob. This is his first year, so never mind. This is Norman Powell's second year at that, right? So, and then Pascal Siakam. And then even then, this is Pascal's first. He's only been in the league 1 time. God tier stream. Thank you. Thank you. So even then, Fred VanVleet was in the league 1 time, right? So even though they were the number 1 seed, my boy Malachi from Syracuse, man. But even though they were the number 1 seed, right? It wasn't like they were the championship caliber players that they were when they won the championship, right? So this is a young, inexperienced team. Their most years player that they have is Serge and DeMar. And we saw what happened when they had DeMar, right? 0 all-NBA players on that team, let alone top 10. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This was a young Raptors team that got number 1. I want to actually see if it shows me any of the awards that they won this year on the team if I scroll, because that would be another point that I want to emphasize. But hold on, let me see. Does it say the awards on here? I know it'll show me their stats per game. Okay, let me see. I can do it per year, actually, if I really need to. So let me see. Shooting, schedule, roster, splits, depth, lineup. Just click the names. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I want to go to the stats really quick here, though, just because everybody loves to talk about stats, right? They love to talk about the stats. So let's talk about the stats. And mind you, this was the number 1 seed in the East. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. Where is the, I got to scroll down one more. Points per game, points per game. Points per game, points. Oh, no, it was up here. My bad. My bad. My bad. Points per game. Here we go. So it shows me the awards right here on the right. So right here, DeMar DeRozan, he averaged 23 points a game, right? So this team had one 20-point score. If we look, let me see if I put it in order. Yeah, 120-point score. And that was DeMar DeRozan, where he got, let me see, All-NBA second team, All-Star game. And then he was, let's go back, an MVP. I think he was the team MVP. Most valuable player. What? What is this? I don't even know what that is, but we'll go back to that later. I got to do more research on that because what? I think that might be the team MVP. I could be wrong, but he was an All-Star and he made NBA second team. And then Kyle Lowry made the All-Star team. So they had one All-NBA player, right? The number 1 seed had one All-NBA player, and he was in the second team. It says MVP votes. Okay. I see MVP votes. Thank you. So again, the number 1 seed had one All-NBA player, and he made the second team. Mind you, made the second team. DeMar got down. So they got 6 Man of the Year votes too. You know what I'm saying? Fred VanVleet, Norman Powell. This was both their second year in the league, right? So again, number 1 seed, guys, in the East was the Raptors. I'm just showing you guys the rosters. Remember, this is not a super team to you guys. You guys are telling me this is not a super team. So I just want to go back to the top 4 teams. This is going to be a young Celtics team. This is a young Celtics team. Let's take a look and see what they got. I'm pretty sure this is the one that lost to the Cavs in Game 7, if I remember right. So let's see. Jaylen Brown is going into his second year that year. Gordon Hayward, I think he might have been hurt that year. Al Horford in his 10th year. We've seen that happen quite a bit in the best, especially the last 15 years. We've seen that happen. I mean, you ain't got to spam, my G. If I'm talking, I'll get to it. It is without Kyrie and Hayward. Yeah, that was when they were both hurt that year. They did have Kyrie here. Greg Monroe was on this team, 7th year. They had Terry Rozier going into his 3rd year. Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum's rookie year, right? So rookie Tatum, yeah, it's a correction, not a spam. If it's a correction, you would put the correction mark, right? I didn't see a correction mark. He said, how did they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals without them? Because the East was not good. As if you were here for the first one, how we just showed the Raptors. Super team. Yeah, it was a super team. Yo, thank y'all for liking the live. All right. So let's take a look here, right? This is the number 2 seed Celtics for the 2017-2018 season. So they have no All-NBA team players. None. Ha! None. Yo, Tiger Soul. Thank you for the follow. Oh, I gotta turn that down. My bad, thank you for the follow. But so the Celtics team was the number 2, the worst. Definitely not that bad. So the East was bad already this year. CRS, and as you see, you just said there was no Kyrie, there was no Gordon Hayward, right? The whole 2000s East, if we look and do the win percentage of that was really bad. But again, you just saw the number 1 team in the East had one All-NBA player that was the 2nd seed. Now, this is the number 2 seed in the East. This is number 2. They don't have any All-NBA players at all. None. This is the number 2 team in the East. They got Al Horford, who got some defensive player votes. He made the All-Star team. Cool. Kyrie made the All-Star team. Cool. He got hurt for the playoffs though, right? So just follow me. So Al Horford made the defensive team, and that's it. That is it. He made a defensive second team. This is the number 2 seed in the East. He said again, we've seen number 1 seeds have one All-NBA or who? Tell me, Kev. If we've seen it, tell me. Tell me who. You saying we've seen it, but you're not telling me. And again, even if that is the case, tell me where that team has been considered a super team or a top team that was considered to win the finals. You're further proving my point. You didn't have to win basketball games to make the playoffs. No, you didn't. From 2003 to 2018. And I want to say from that time as well, there was teams in the West, I think it was the Suns, that missed the playoffs when they had a winning record. They couldn't get in with the winning record. But again, tell me, Kev, where we've seen number 1 seeds have 1 All-NBA guy or 2 as 1 seeds. I'm waiting for you to tell me. If you're going to say it, you got to prove it. But back to what I was saying. This Celtics team as the number 2 seed had no All-NBA players, right? And to further prove what I'm saying, they had 1 20-point scorer. That's it. Nobody else scored 15, and Kyrie was hurt. 2 things can be true. LeBron is a great player, but the East was weak when he made the finals. The East was weak a lot of the years he made the finals. The East was weak a lot of the years he made the finals. So, their second leading scorer was Jaylen Brown. Rookie Jason Tatum had 13, and Marcus Morris had 13, right? So, these are the number 2 seeds, as we've seen here. Okay, let's go look at the number 3 seed now. Let's take a look. All right. So this is the 76ers, guys. Follow me. Okay, and I think I scrolled down past it. This is Ben Simmons and them. Okay. So let's see if they have. So their best player was Joel Embiid, who made the NBA second team. This is Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Yo, Strive, thank you for sharing the live. So, all right. Let's take a look. They had Joel Embiid average 22. They had JJ Redick average 17. They had Ben Simmons, this is rookie year, average 15. And then Dario Saric and Bellinelli and Rocco, Robert Covington, right? This team had 1 All-NBA player, Joel Embiid. Yeah, Redick did get down. Redick was the one that was shooting the ball, spacing the floor because Ben Simmons couldn't shoot. And then Joel Embiid made the All-NBA defensive team, right? And made the All-Star team. This rookie of the year, Ben Simmons. Okay, cool. We know Ben Simmons couldn't shoot. It is what it is. So you have the 3 seeds, right? Follow me. Number 1, number 2, number 3. All young, inexperienced teams. As you've seen, these are all first, second year players as the star players on the team, right? As you saw on the Raptors, you saw on the Celtics, and now we see on the 76ers. And out of the 3, we have 2 out of the 3 with only 1 All-NBA player. And those have both been second team. None have been first team. No first team All-NBA players, right? Because Joel Embiid was second team, as you see, and DeMar DeRozan was second team. So you have the first 3 seeds, no All-NBA first team player. Okay. But again, this isn't a super team, right? This is not a super team. You guys saying this isn't a super team. Okay. It says Bron don't come close to the level of skill Jordan and Kobe had. All he does is rim run. Yeah, he does like the 0 to 10, loves the paint. 08 Lakers had 1 All-NBA. 09, 10 Cavs had 1 All-NBA. Spurs 11 had no. Okay, cool. And as I said, was the 08 Lakers team considered a finals team to win? Yes, they were. Were they not? 09, were they not considered to be one of the favorites to win the finals? Yes, they were. Were they not? The 10 Cavs preseason, even going into the playoffs, the 10 Cavs, were they not one of the top favorited teams to win the NBA finals? Yes, they were. So again, out of those 3, before I even read the last 2, as I stated, Kev, tell me a team that literally had 1 All-NBA player, as you just said right here earlier, right? Can I scroll up and read it? As you said, again, we've seen number 1 seeds have 1 All-NBA guy or 2 as 1 seeds. Who has had that and was considered to win as a top 3 favorite? Can't tell me, because as those 3 teams, they were considered heavily favorites to win, which I could show you. He says, you're delusional. Only Reeves show. You can't even elaborate on how you say I'm delusional or how you feel I'm delusional. I'll give you some attention for it, but elaborate on it. What is delusional? Can you explain? Can you show any facts that prove that validate that statement? No. They were in the finals. who were in the finals. So you're proving the point with one all NBA. You're proving my point because, as I stated, what, and this is recorded, by the way. I'll make a clip out of it and show you what team had 1 or 2 all NBA, because I'm going off of what you said, right? That was considered a heavy favorite to win. You still haven't told me. You sitting here and told me 3 teams that I said were considered to win. They made the Kobe versus Bron puppets for a reason at that time. They were they tried to get LeBron in the finals so bad, and to this day, I believe LeBron was scared to go against Kobe because LeBron didn't want that to ruin his image. Bron always had stacked teams and couldn't get the 1 seed. What are we even trying to argue now? Yeah, you know what, Lucier, if you go to my recent post since you just joined in, it'll tell you. Kobe went alone. This live made me see the light. Please stop. Legit, what are you saying then? If I guess you don't know what I'm saying when I've elaborated it a couple times to you. The Bulls, hey, I'm glad this live made you see the light. I'm gonna make a clip out of that. He said the Bulls made the playoffs with 29 wins in the 80s, and you talking about the East is weak. The East has been weak for years, East, especially in the early 2000s. The team didn't win it. This team was not good. You're basically saying they was good because it's Bron and you don't like. This team, brother, was good. It was, I mean, they didn't end up good. They failed, but this was a good team on paper. This was a super team. Before the season started, only Reeves show, nobody, especially how the Cavs ended the season prior to this, nobody was saying that this team was going to be a bust. Nobody believed that this team was going to be a bust. And for you to even say that, let's look at the preseason odds. This Cavs team had the second best odds to win the finals. So what are you really saying here? Vegas just for some reason put this Cavs team as the second best to win for no reason. They just wanted to lose money. Plus 515. You probably don't know how betting odds work, but if you look at the odds, this is significantly, drastically different from third place. 515. Like, what? So all of us, it's not a super team, though. It's not a super team, though. So again, I just want to understand. He's like, what was a super team? You tell me what a super team is, Kev. What do you feel a super team is? He said, easy to see Kobe won alone from 2008 to 2010. This live is proof. I could show that too. Bron legit recruits other players to his team and makes them worse and then train. Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he did to this team. When they lost to Golden State, when Golden State blew this team out of the water, you see a couple days later, the trade deadline come, and what happens after the trade deadline? Players started to move. But again, nobody has told me how this wasn't a super team. I'm still waiting on that. Even though he averaged 38 points, thank you guys for liking the live. Even though he averaged 38 points versus Magic in the conference finals, he choked. Did he win in the conference finals against the Magic? What happened? Who won? Who won? You sitting here saying points. He lost. 38 points. Who won? I don't think you know what you're saying. I don't think you know what you're saying. And that's the thing. I think you're trying to justify him scoring 38 points for losing. LeBron literally averaged 39, 8, and 8 in 2009, and he had the worst team, obviously. He had the worst team, obviously. I'm going to agree to disagree with you on that one. Can you explain to me how he had the worst team, obviously? LeBron never won a finals game and averaged 30. LeBron averaging 30 is losing basketball. Right. Wilt could score 100 points but couldn't win. Winning matters to basketball. Toronto, where did it go? Hold on, my bad. Let me catch up on these. My bad, y'all, my bad. Toronto got first place. This team was not a super team. D-Wade wasn't even an all-star level player in 2017. LeBron's team was not worse. They went 66-16 in the regular season. 2018 Cavs was the most stacked East team or super team. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me how this wasn't a super team. Facts, because they have the best odds in the East. So then then when they made the trades, they blew out Boston with hella threes. No, it's not a super team. Kobe fans and Jordan fans have terrible logic. The 2018 Cavs are not a super team. Kobe had Gasol, and you say he won alone. Okay, so CRSN 2023. What did Pau Gasol accomplish in the NBA before he got to the Lakers and Kobe Bryant? What did Pau Gasol do? What did Pau Gasol accomplish? Pau Gasol didn't even make an all NBA team before he got to Kobe. Pau Gasol literally didn't even win a playoff game before he got to Kobe. So what did Pau Gasol do before he got Kobe? Without Kobe, Pau Gasol is just another skilled big. So you're sitting here making it sound like Pau Gasol was him before he got Kobe. Kobe had to toughen Pau Gasol up. So what do you mean, Pau Gasol? Gasol was almost out of the league in 2008. Why do you think he was traded? Isaiah Thomas only played 8 to 9 games on the Cavs due to injury. KG, what did Isaiah Thomas do that season prior before the injury? How is this a super team? Kev, you still haven't told me how it's not a super team. And this team was washed, bro. Even you know this. KG, you can't tell me how this wasn't a super team. I'm waiting. Bro, D-Wade was washed. People, let me see. Okay, so let me ask you this, right? You're saying, hold on, I got to catch up. So if you're saying D-Wade was washed, let me understand this. So why did LeBron re-up and play with D-Wade again if he was washed? Because you guys said D-Wade was washed in Miami, right? So if D-Wade was so washed up, why did LeBron James willingly play with D-Wade? You think LeBron James didn't have a say in that? So if D-Wade was so washed, why did LeBron approve the move? Let me ask you that. You don't know ball. Skeet the Barber, you do not know ball, my brother. You literally can't. And look, this is how you know they get in their feelings, guys, right? The video is to tell me how this isn't a super team. You notice how very few people in the comments can tell you that how this wasn't a super team, right? So again, I'm just reading the comments and going off what you guys say as well. Why does what Paul did before Kobe have to do with anything? It has to do a lot with everything because, again, if you're sitting here saying Pau Gasol is X, Y, and Z and doing this and doing that, what was he doing before he got to Kobe Bryant? That would mean he's Kobe Bryant made. Because, again, you're literally trying to justify what Paul Gasol did in the elevation of Kobe, right, when he got Pau. Cool. So if that is the case of what you're saying, I'm telling you to tell me what Pau Gasol was doing before he got Kobe. Because before D-Wade got LeBron, D-Wade was winning champion. He was a champion. Was he not? Was he not? D-Wade won an NBA Finals before LeBron. So it matters a lot what you were doing before these players. What was Kevin Love doing before he got LeBron? Was Kevin Love not averaging a double-double? Did Kevin Love not lead the league in rebounds? What was Anthony Davis doing before LeBron? Did Anthony Davis not lead the league in blocks? Did Anthony Davis not make an all-NBA defensive first team before he got LeBron? Was AD not averaging 28 points? So, yeah. Why does it matter what they did before they got there? It matters a lot what they did before they got there. Every team was... Let me see. Let me read these. Hold on. Holy cow. My bad, y'all. Y'all is typing faster than what I thought y'all was. I'm trying. Gasol was great with Kobe, so obviously Kobe had help. It doesn't matter what he did before Kobe. It matters a lot what he did before Kobe. He said he was great. So if he was so great, why did he not win any all-NBA teams? If he was so great, why did he not win any playoff games? If he was so great, why did he not win anything before Kobe? If he was so great, the great Jerry West was the greatest basketball player. Mind treated Gasol. Jerry West was in Memphis. Yeah. Between 05, 07, before he joined the Lakers, he won 122 games, more than Kobe did in that stretch. Okay, cool. Again, you're talking about games. Who was also on that team? Pau Gasol didn't win those games by himself. What did Pau Gasol do before that, Kev? You can't even tell me. Gasol was tough the second year back after losing to Boston. Gasol got worked in that first finals against Boston. They treated him like a rag doll. They don't know anything about LeBron. No, they don't. And that's why I'm reading his messages that he don't know. He don't know. The 28 Cavs is literally a retirement home. CRSM, but you can't tell me how this wasn't a super team, though. You keep telling me everything but that. D-Wade was washed. So if D-Wade was the cone, D-Rose was the cone. Yeah, because they're playing with LeBron. What do you expect them to do? LeBron got the ball in his hands. Of course they're cones. LeBron turns everybody into a cone. If D Wade was so washed, why did LeBron willingly run it back with him? If he's so washed, I'm curious. If he's so washed, if Kobe had washed Wade, Kobe wins 3 in a row. Yeah. If you playing along LeBron, your numbers will decrease. That is facts. Your numbers will drastically decrease playing with LeBron. They're friends. So who cares if they're friends? What does that have to do with anything? So was the team with Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone a super team? I will answer that as soon as you tell me how this was not a super team. D Wade was washed by 2013, and of course he would want to play with his best friend again. So would LeBron rather play with his best friend or win championships? You tell me, especially at the point of his career and especially where the team finished the year prior. If LeBron felt that D Wade couldn't help him win, you genuinely think that LeBron would have brought D Wade in here? You're going to sit here and really say that? Thank you guys for the likes. I'm grateful for that. K Love was depressed. Yeah, why was K Love depressed? Why was he depressed? Because they were friends and past teammates with chemistry. Probably. You're literally assuming. Probably. You don't even know. Okay. Let's see. This wasn't a super team. D Wade was out of his prime. He got traded for a 2nd-round pick. So again, how was this not a super team? You're saying this wasn't a super team because D Wade wasn't in his prime, or D Wade got traded for a 2nd-round pick. So what? That doesn't even make sense. How is it a super team? You tell me how it wasn't a super team, and I'll tell you how it is a super team. How about that? How about that? How about that? Yeah. I love how you guys are avoiding answering. It's funny to me. Was the 04 Lakers team a super team? Hey, Cam, you tell me how this wasn't a super team, and then I'll answer. I'm the one that's, you know what I'm saying, doing the show. If you want to, ask the questions, you can start your own live up and talk. Oh, but we know you won't talk because you're afraid to show what you look like, and you're afraid for people to hear your voice. My bad. Let me keep going. Let me stop roasting these stands. I just have some of these kids. I see that be in the comments, so I got to roast them up a little bit. The East in 2018 was Julian Newman level of basketball. That's what these kids don't understand, and that's why I broke down the first 3 teams that I did, and they still can't tell you how this wasn't a super team. I haven't even got to the Cavs yet. I forgot they had Perkins. If they were washed, why did Brown recruit them? Thank you. They can't even answer it. He was winning more games than Kobe. That's what he was doing. Cool. But again, you guys notice how he just said he was winning more games than Kobe, but these same people, it's a team sport. It's a team sport. You see the audacity of the contradictions? That is funny to me. Thank y'all for hitting the like live button, man. I'm grateful for y'all. Kobe lost with Shaq, Gary Payton, and Malone, and LeBron has lost 33 times in the finals. Sheesh! Between 2005 and 2007, before he joined the Lakers. Okay, I already read that one. Every team was. Let me read these. Let people up. Hold on. Holy cow! I got so many people, bro. I'm about to time this kid out. He's sitting here spamming my thing. Matter of fact, you saying let people up. At this point, you say let you up. I'll go up on TikTok. I'll go up on Twitch. I'll literally do it like this, right? Because I'm not one of these people that's going to sit here and argue with lunacy, right? Because a lot of people I know when it comes to debating, they get they get off. I'll go on. I could go on Twitch right now, and I'll literally just. Matter of fact, I'll do it tomorrow. But at this point, if y'all want to sit here and come up, y'all got to sub. I ain't gonna just let you come up on my platform just to come up. You better sub. Like what? You send a sub, you can come up. I ain't about to just let you come up on my platform. He said, I don't know anything. Let me read this. And I bet you. Let me see. Wade hasn't won a playoff series for 5 years prior to LeBron joining. LeBron hasn't made an All-NBA defensive team in how many years? And you guys still try to say his defense is elite? You see, like, that doesn't, you know what I'm saying? My favorite question, ask a Bron fan if MJ could have accomplished more to be the GOAT. No answer. Facts. Dwayne Wade was losing in the first round and winning 15 games. D Wade won a championship before LeBron James did. LeBron James had to team up with him. If Kobe kept Marc Gasol and Max, Kobe wins 3-4. My favorite question is the super team in the room with us. This is the super team right here. Let's see what he say. Kobe for the win. Bang. Hypotheticals, man. Really, the East in 2018. You put Kobe on the 20. Yeah, you put Kobe. That's what they don't understand, especially in the East. Let me up. I'm the guy you never respond to in the comments. Send a sub on my Twitch, and then you can come up. You ain't coming up on my platform. Look at that. He's so happy. Let me up. I'm the guy you never respond to in the comments. He sent it. Look at him spamming. Send a sub. Send a sub. Define a super team. Yes, that's me. You tell me how this wasn't a super team, and I'll define a super team. Jerry West was a basketball genius. He was just playing 2K in real life. That's me. Multiple all-stars on one team. What happened to winning games? You are a casual. You literally just stated like you're the casual at this point. Define a super team. You guys love spamming. You tell me how this wasn't a super team, and then I'll tell you what a super team is. Kobe changed Powell's attitude. Yes, he did. I will also play it. I'll post the video how Powell talks about that, how Kobe's attitude of winning grew on everybody. Kobe wanted to win so bad. Let me up. Sub up. Sub up if you want to come up. Sub up. Is that Kendall something? D-Wade averaged 27 against Dallas. Sub up. Let people up. Y'all better sub up. Define a super team. You tell me what a super team is. And then, I'm sorry, you tell me how this wasn't a super team, and I'll tell you how this was a super team. D-Wade average. Such a silly argument, dude. This is obviously a weak team. But you can't tell me how it's a weak team. If it's such a silly argument, tell me how this is a weak team. Let me up. Again, you better sub to the Twitch. Sub to the Twitch. Rob, run it back. You can come up. Gasol's attitude. D-Wade was out of his prime. D-Rose had mentor issues. IT had hip injury. So when did we know about D-Wade not being in his prime? When did we know D-Rose had, I don't even know what a mentor issue is. And when did we know about IT's hip? Was this before the season started, or was this during the season? Let me ask you that. So when this team formed up, they said, oh, man, IT's hip, guys. Oh, man, D-Rose out of his prime. We said this team was washed right when it formed. LeBron just formed this washed team in the offseason. Is that what you're saying? Is that Perkins? Yes, that is Kendrick Perkins right here. That is 100%. Them guys went to the playoffs after leaving that Cavs team. Talking about what? Yeah, Wade went to the playoffs that year with the Heat. Let me up. Kev, sub up if you want up. Quit asking the same questions. They're trying to make actual content, not bringing enough views. This is actual content. This is actual content. This is views. This is why you, Lucier42, who has been on my page for months, that's why you are giving me your time, right? This is content giving me views, right? There he is back again, Lucier back again. This kid is one of the other kids that have loved my page forever. He's a fan. Who cares if they were friends? Just ignores the reality of what happened. When Bron comes back, AR and Luka will be cones. Facts. This is facts. D-Rose has mental health issues. Cool. Everybody has mental health issues. Nobody's perfect. Kevin Love had mental health issues. Let people up. You keep spamming. I'm about to mute you, kid. LeBron fans define. He said, act like it. No, but he's got other burners to make it look like people would agree with him. You say, I have burners. So tell me my burners, please. Because the other account you're talking about, to where I play games on, where I have, 3K followers on there? Man. Like, that's funny to me. If you want to say that's a burner account, which my name on there is Rob. So please show me where on my other account, where I have 3,000 plus followers, Lucier, where I have mentioned anything where I've went on from there to this account. I've never even wrote on this account for my other account with 3K. So that's you hating. Again, I'm sorry I got motion, bruh. I'm sorry I got motion. I'm sorry I'm out here doing stuff with my time instead of hating on people. Bron is laughing and joking on the bench right now, and they're losing. Kobe would never. Because Bron, that's what he wants. Gasol's attitude changed. Let me up. They love to ask questions but can't ever provide an answer. Exactly, bruh. You see that, Artman88? They sitting here asking all these questions. Yo, thank you to the 2 new followers. I'm sorry I can't see your names, but thank you for the follows. Thank you. Let's see. I'm going to get a footage of Bron laughing. I got to look at the game, but I'm going to look at it. Rob. Yo, what up? If anything, LeBron let D hanging. D-Wade helps Bron get a title, and as soon as Wade needed LeBron, man, LeBron was out of there at his best interest. Bron chose his team and still underachieved. Facts. LeBron has chose his team every way. you were playing The Walking Dead, and I thought you moved on from farming LeBron's name. So again, you said I'm farming his name for views. My other account is gaming. And again, tell the fam, tell the people in the chat how much views, how much followers I have on that account. I have more followers on that account than I do this account. Literally, you talking about me farming views, kid. You're talking about my emotion. And then to be honest on that, I got a whole nother YouTube account for gaming. So you sitting here trying to talk on me. So guys, I have another TikTok account where I just play video games on. I have 3K followers on there. I ain't been on there that much because I've been on here, right? So I got this. I got a YouTube I do gaming on, and then I got a YouTube I post basketball content on. And then I stream on Twitch. I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch again now. You guys want to follow up for that? For you guys that are saying you want to come up and you guys want to talk and you want to do that, you got to sub. I'm not gonna just let people up on here and so they can cuss and say their emotional temper tantrums and everything like that. But he says commit to the gaming and find inner peace. Look at him being so salty. Like I said, guys, I can go back for months. This Lucille kid has been on here, but I'm not going to give him any more attention right now. We'll put him in timeout in the corner. He can talk to himself. He said, let me catch up to the chat. My bad, guys. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for following. My bad. Rob has spoken. Let me go up here. Holy cow, I didn't know you guys was chatting like this. My bad, my bad. Also, this is on YouTube. So all the conversation, all the VODs will always be in my YouTube. My YouTube's in my bio. So if you guys ever miss, you guys can always go back to that and you guys will always be able to view that. So let me read these. Let me read these. I gotta catch up. I did not know you guys was chatting like this. People disrupting this is crazy. You know I'm not biased, bro. Time him out. Yo, Kobe, let me make you a mod, bro. How do I make him a mod? Let me make him a mod. Let me make you a mod. I'll make you a mod after this. Because I gotta figure it out in here, but I'm gonna make you a mod. I'm gonna make you a mod. What a deflection. It wasn't a deflection, it was an answer. D-Wade, bro, D-Wade was the scoring champ that season. I don't know why people say that, brother. I have 19K more followers than you. I have a bigger platform than you, and you don't know. Again, look at that. He's saying that he has 19 more and he has a bigger platform. So if you have a bigger platform than me, what are you doing in my live watching me? I'll wait. I'll wait. Hold on. Let me scroll down to the recent comment. I'll wait. If you have a bigger platform than me, if I told you to sub up and you want me, if you want to go live, I told you to sub up. What's the hesitation? If you got a bigger platform and you bigger than me, I'll wait. Don't talk about it, Kev. Be about it. Mister, you bigger, right? So it shouldn't be a problem to sub up if you so big, right? You wanted to go live. You kept spamming go live. And again, if you have a bigger platform and you so big, what you doing watching me? You on the sidelines talking. You on the sidelines talking. You on the sidelines talking. He said, I ain't giving you no money, bruh. Stop panhandling. What's the panhandling? You want to come on my platform, Kev. You want to take my time, Kev. It's my time. Time is valuable. Time isn't free. You sitting here wanting to come up on my platform. If you got a platform, you go on your platform and you invite me. I don't have to come up. But if you want to talk so bad, you go on your platform and you invite me, right? Mister, you have XYZ. Again, you sitting here talking about it on the sideline, Kev. You talking about it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. It's easy to talk. It's easy to talk, Kev. Actions speak louder than words, Kev. Actions speak louder than words. It's easy to say you're going to do it. Actions speak louder than words. That's all I'm saying. Baby boy sat there and spammed. You want to come up so bad, and then when it come down to it, don't talk about it. Be about it. I got a bigger platform than you, but you in here watching me. You here on my stream, my sideline. My sideline. The ones in the back always talk the loudest. Remember that, y'all. Remember that. 19K. You want to come up? Let me come up. Let me come up and talk. Throw a sub up. You want to come up on my platform, my time, my live. You broke? You ain't got $7? I would have entertained it. You want me to freely entertain you? You want me to stop what I'm doing to entertain you? What sense does that make? Oh, guys, Kev Loves NBA wants to come up on my thing. Let me stop what I'm doing. Let me not come up. Let me just give them everything. Let me just stop, right? Because what? What? The audacity. Who are you? Who are you for me to stop what I'm doing to do what you ask? Are you okay? Kick rocks. For real. He said, I actually am in front making fun of you. And I'm making fun of you. He said, I don't beg for money on my platform. I don't beg for money either, Kev. As I stated, you're on my live begging to come up, right? So let's use our brains here, guys, because obviously everybody doesn't understand logic, rational thinking, processing, and comprehension. You got this little kid begging, spamming multiple times, right? Not once, not twice, multiple times. Let me come up. Let me talk. Let me talk. Let me talk. Let me come up. Cool. If you want to come up, drop a sub. You drop subs when you watch those girls on Kick. And I'm telling you to drop a sub if you want to come up and talk so bad. But now all of a sudden it's XYZ. Come on now, little bro. But mister, I got this platform, but you watching me. But you watching me. But you watching me. But you watching me. So again, I love how the simple fact, again, the kids that are crying in here still can't tell me how this wasn't a super team. But again, the person, 2 kids begging to come up on my live. He said, Rob, why do people think someone is the greatest of all time when he's 4-6 in the It's because that's how their life has worked out. It's been a lot of losses and a lot of unfortunate events that have happened to them. So when they see somebody that has lost like that they can relate to, they grab onto it and then they justify to it because it's something they can relate to. They don't want to put that type of work in or be surrounded how Kobe was or Jordan was to where you got to put the work and effort in. They want the easy way. He said, okay, I think he's projecting. I think you're projecting. He said, what is this dude even talking about right now? When you drop in the video of the Redeem team not wanting LeBron James, I do need to make a video of that. And then it says he's ignoring everybody who tells him it isn't a super team. So again, no, who's told me it isn't a super team? Who watches Kick? You do. Let's get back to hating on Bron. Again, Big Perk, you're saying that they're telling me it isn't a super team. Where in the comments are they saying it isn't a super team? Rage Bait, this is getting freaky. Kobe all day. Begathon, who drops subs to watch girls on Kick? You guys do. And then he says, I feel bad. Again, where is anybody telling me it's not a super team? How is it not a super team? You notice how you can't say it's not a super team? They call you exactly. They call me a hater for stating facts, and they can't state where the hate is. Where's the pic of Bron sitting alone, sad on the corner and the bench by himself? You rage baiting hard LeBron, never been on the best team in the league. Miami is a debate. Again, you notice how they're saying it's rage baiting, it's hate, it's XY. Where is the hate? Nobody in the comments can say where the hate is. Nobody in the comments can say where the rage bait is. I'm waiting for somebody to give an answer on it. You guys can't. Why? Because you're talking out of your feelings. He says, why is this a super team? Please explain. As I've stated, please explain to me how this isn't a super team, and then I'll explain how it is. You guys love to ask the questions, but give no answers. That is another thing I love about you guys. Rob, did you know that Bron tried getting KD? Of course he did. LeBron's ability to finding a way to lose is incredible. Yes, it is. Jordan averaged 26 before tearing his meniscus. Yeah, he did. And then he had to get his knee drained. Anything but answering my question. Crowned. What did I say in the video in my post? Are you okay, Crowned? Crowned Rex, are you okay? Can you follow directions? What did the video say? You're asking me how this is a super team. I've said to tell me how it isn't a super team. You can't. But you're stating anything but answering your question. You haven't answered my question. So why would I answer your question if you haven't answered my question? Everyone out there prime besides LeBron. So you're stating that Nobody on here was in their prime. So that's why this is not a super team. That's what you got, is nobody in here was in the prime. Okay, hold on. So let me I got one finally. Let's see what this one says here. Hold on. I gotta scroll up. Holy cow. Let's see, what did he say? Explain your take. Crowned. Can you not listen? Are you okay? Can you follow directions? You tell me how this is a super team. Are you okay? The Grapefruit Kid, can you not follow directions? Tell me how this was not a super team. You guys keep asking me to tell you how this is a super team. None of you guys can tell me how this wasn't a super team. Thank you for the follow. This is not a super team. Okay, cool. Tell me how it wasn't a super team. How is it not a super team? Because they mad. No, they big mad. They mad in their feelings. They saying rage bait. No, it's not rage bait. They raging. He says he can't. The universe, the other guy really wanted to know who you are. Kevin Love Kevin Love stated this was a super team. This is why I'm laughing. None of them can tell me how it wasn't, because you're begging for subs. I'm not begging for subs. Actually, I stated if he wants to come onto my live, as much as he was spamming to let him come up, to donate a sub, because it's my live. So please tell me where I begged for a sub. Please tell me where I said, guys, sub up. Please tell me where I'm begging. I said, if you want to come onto my live as many times as he did, which I have all the messages here. Do you want me to show you how many times he spammed in my live to come up? So please tell me where the begging is, which you can't tell me where the begging is. So let's go off of that. Can you tell me where the begging was? I don't think you can. D Wade and D Rose wasn't in their prime for a few years. Okay, I got that one. This is your take. You don't even have a reason. You still haven't told me how this wasn't a super team, Crown. So I'm kind of curious what you're talking about on takes. D Wade, Derrick Rose was cool. Everybody that plays with LeBron ends up being a former shell of themselves. So again, that's not telling me, Eric, how that wasn't a super team. One All-NBA guy, one All-Star, that's a super team. So again, you're not telling me how it's not a super team. How is it not a super team, Nick? Barkley was saying it wasn't even fair. Kobe for the win. Bang. I feel like he's a fan of me. I'm seeing one All-Star. Cool, you're seeing one All-Star, but how is it not a super team? I can easily show you the whole one All-Star thing if you want to talk about that, but you guys haven't told me how it's not a super team. I'm still waiting. Let's see what he said. I've already told you it wasn't, and you ain't responded. Derek, what did you say? What did you say, little bruh? What did you say? It's not a super team because the only guys that averaged above 15 were Kevin Love and LeBron. So because only 2 people averaged more than 15 points, you're saying that's not a super team? What? 2 people didn't average 15 points. So that's not a super team. Okay. Come on, Bron built this team. It's his fault that it didn't work. Maybe if it was 2011, Super East. Now say it with me. Right. You do good work, kid. The truth is about to come out about this dude. Thank you. Nobody but LeBron. Okay, cool. So nobody but LeBron and Kevin Love averaged more than 15. So he's stating that because of that, they're not a super team. Okay. So they had some All-Stars and 2 MVPs on there. Rage bait. It's not rage bait. You can't even tell me how it's not a super team. No one was even a great second option. Still isn't telling me how that's not a super team. So the Nets, after the KG team trade, was a super. Tell me how it wasn't a super team. Drew, tell me how it wasn't a super team. There was teams better than this team at the time. Tell me how it wasn't a super team. I'm still waiting on that. Anybody want to tell me how it wasn't a super team? Nobody averaged over 10 plus points other than LeBron. But somebody just told me that Kevin Love averaged more than 10. So somebody's lying. That you literally pull up an x-ray of these guys. Bro, this team had 2 All-Stars, LeBron and K-Love and LeBron. So because they had 2 All-Stars, that means I thought All-Stars was pretty good. But because it just had only 2 All-Stars, that means it wasn't a super team. Is that what you're saying? Bro, LeBron is the only one who averaged 20 plus points. What's super about it? The rest of them played less than 26 games because they got traded or hurt. So you're trying to use injuries as an excuse. So before the season started, Did you know that they were only going to play 26 games? Did you know that before the season started that they were going to get traded? Did you know that Isaiah Thomas's hip was hurt before the season? Since you want to try to use that as a cop-out, I use that. Kevin Love was never the same after the Timberwolves. Was good the first years with the Cavs, but not great. Right, because he got nerfed by LeBron and turned into a cone. If I average 30, then average 5 next year, am I a star player? This is so tired, man. Rose had one good season. Didn't Rose average 18 on the Timberwolves the next season after this? But he was washed out of prime. So you said because they had only 2 people average more than 15. They wasn't hooping, twin. Come on. So in Killer, you're not telling me how it wasn't a super team. I'm still waiting on that. How was it not a super team? You guys love to ask questions, but not answer any questions. Holy cow. This is funny. 2 times they did when Bron did recruit them. This is pure bait. It's not pure bait. This is true reality of you guys not being able to give a answer. You notice how I don't even know how many people we got in the live. Nobody been able. No, I want to say nobody. I'm sorry. Let me not say nobody. No LeBron fan that is trying to say that this wasn't a super team and is trying to comment and debate with me about how this wasn't a super team can't tell me how it wasn't a super team. How ironic and crazy is that? Nobody can tell me how it was a super team. I guess I'm just chatting, guys, but nobody can tell me it's a super team, and I'm just reading off what y'all saying. Okay, so I'm a LeBron fan. It wasn't a super team. How was it not a super team? Nah, need Curry. Yeah, man, 2018 D-Wade is a super team, but you can't tell me how it wasn't a super team. I can't believe I gave this man a view. Cool. I do not lose any sleep if you don't come back. I could care less. Super team is an overused term that should only be described the best squads. Kevin Love said it was a super team. But again, you guys can't even tell me how it's not a super team. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me. So the 2022 Warriors was a super team. So can you answer the question, or are you going to keep asking questions? Like I keep saying, y'all love to keep asking questions, but y'all love to not give an answer. LeBron's fans always love to change the narrative. Yeah, they do. They sure do. They sure do. Ask any basketball watchers knows how was it not a super team? I got my facts up. Like this, like before I even talk about the betting, the Cavs was the second best odds to win the championship going into the season. But this ain't a super team, guys. The second best. Look at third. Their odds are double what third is. This is just the start of what I got. This is just the start of what I got. This is just the start. I ain't even brought out my other stuff. But y'all keep saying that this wasn't a super team and they were washed going into the season. Nobody was saying the team is washed. Nobody was saying they washed. Betting odds, correct. The real betting odds. You think that they just put in betting odds like this for no reason? You think that Vegas likes to lose money? What? 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 Cavs was plus, and you guys laughing at betting odds. You can't even tell me how much money you would make with $100 if you put plus 515. You sitting here laughing like what? Just like you couldn't tell me how much you made with this. So yeah, them is really good odds. But again, we got kids in here preseason, right? The odds are the odds. We can literally go in the regular season when the playoffs started. The Cavs were the favorites. But again, you guys cannot tell me how this wasn't a super team. You can't. You can't. No, they do get emotional. That's why they're emotional when I'm showing them more proof, because they can't tell me anything. They have a losing record without LeBron. This is not a super team. Well, to be honest with you, whatever your favorite football team is, if your quarterback gets injured, your team's not winning with that quarterback. So what I'm saying is, as a comparison, when you build your team around a star player and they get hurt, they're gonna lose. Just like when Derrick Rose got hurt on the Bulls. Did the Bulls win? No. Why? Because their star player got hurt. So that's kind of what happens, Pat PV. So I don't know what you're trying to say on that. But thank y'all for all the likes. Hit the follow button if you ain't following. Try to go live daily. But again, terrible analogy. It wasn't a terrible analogy. It was an Yo, 7. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. He said the Bulls still made the playoffs. They made the playoffs, Nick, but did the Bulls win? No, they didn't win. Did they win the championship, Nick? No, they didn't. Yo, Cage, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. He said they were built around D Rose. Correct. Just like this team and every other team LeBron's been on has been built around LeBron. But it isn't W Engagement Farm. It's the truth. None of you guys can tell me how this wasn't a super team. You guys want to ask me any and every other thing, but tell me how it was not a super team. I can actually debate with you on this, but you can't. You're right here. Tell me how it wasn't a super team, 2X. I'm waiting. If it's a super team, you still have another superstar. There is no superstars on this team. M, there is. You're saying Kevin Love is not a superstar? You're going to sit there and say Kevin Love is not a superstar? Isaiah Thomas wasn't a superstar? What did Isaiah Thomas do the season before this? There's no reason for it to be a super team. You can't tell me how it's not a super team, though. No, K-Love. Oh, K-Love is not. Yikes. All right. K-Love isn't a superstar, guys. So who's a okay, so hold on. So in 2018, tell me who's a superstar over Kevin Love. 2017, 2018. Who's a superstar over Kevin Love? Who? Who's a superstar over Kevin Love at 2017, 2018? Yikes. If it wasn't for Ray Allen and Kyrie, he wouldn't. Look at the stats, bro. Put up. Look at the stats, Bron. Put up. Again, if Kevin Love, Durant, Perk. Look at that, guys. Rage baiting. But you guys literally just said Kevin Love isn't a superstar, and you can't even tell me who is a superstar over Kevin Love. Tell me 5 other players in his position that were superstars over him in 2017, 2018. I'll wait. AD was playing center. Kevin Durant was playing small forward. I'll wait. You guys can't even say. That is hilarious. You see how they just talking, and when I make them back up what they're saying, they literally can't. They can't. I'll wait for an answer. Tell me who is. Yo, JFC. Thank you for the follow. Keep changing the narrative, LeBron fans. Kawhi Leonard was not a power forward. So again, TikTok knowledge. That's why. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's really bad. These kids the stands don't know ball, and I'm seeing that more and more when I go live. You guys just said Kevin Love is not a superstar. Tell me 5 other players in his position in 2017, 2018 that was a superstar. There's 32 teams. Y'all said Kevin Love isn't a superstar. You guys can't tell me 5 other players. So you guys are just talking. I named you 5 players, then you changed it to power forward only. Little bruh or little sis, you're stating that he's not a superstar. Of course, it's going to be if he's not a superstar, who is over Kevin Love? What are you talking about? That's like you're saying a center is not good. I'm going to ask you, what center would you play over him? Oh, I'm going to put Tony Parker. I'm going to put Jason Kidd. I'm going to put Kyrie. Like, is this TikTok brain and TikTok knowledge? I'm literally telling you to tell me who's a superstar over him, and you're going to use people that don't even play his position? Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like, seriously, are you okay? Like, what? Like, are you okay? You're throwing superstar loosely, but if I'm throwing superstar so loosely, tell me who is a superstar over Kevin Love in 2017, 2018. Tell me 3 players in his position that are superstars over him. If I'm throwing it around so loosely, tell me. Tell me. I'll wait. You can't even tell me. But I'm throwing it around loosely? You funny, bro. Hey, man. I'm waiting. But Kevin Love isn't a superstar. Cool. So who's a superstar over Kevin Love 2017, 2018? Who? He said AD, Giannis, Green, Blake. Blake wasn't over Kevin Love. Millsap's not over Kevin Love. KP's not over Kevin Love. AD was playing center. Giannis was, we can say Giannis a power forward. Draymond Green is not over Kevin Love. No. Y'all really try to say Draymond Green over Kevin Love. That is funny. Draymond Green's not over Kevin Love. AD was playing center. Giannis, AD, not Boogie. Boogie is a center. Scrub. Boogie is a center. AD is a center. Literally. So try again. Like, and that is so funny. Okay, hold on. So like man, this is funny to me. Love in 2018 finals outscored every single Spurs player. Giannis, Siakam wasn't better than Kevin Love. Hold on. Bruh. Siakam was in his second year in the league. You just tried to say Siakam? Siakam was in his second year in the league. You just said Siakam. He was in his second year in the league. Like, what? This was him going into his second year. So what are we talking about? 80 was center. 80 was center. Porzingis, no, he wasn't. Porzingis wasn't a superstar. Like, what? Like, this is what I'm laughing about. This is funny to me. 2025 bucks. This isn't 2025. Almost EVB. This team was out of their prime. So again, nobody can tell me how this wasn't a superstar. Anybody want to tell me? Because again, Kevin Love wasn't a superstar. But you guys can't tell me how this wasn't a super team. So back again, what is their record without LeBron? I've already literally told you, Pat, that when you don't have the player that you build your team around. Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me just nerf it all right here. Pat PV. Tell me a team that did better without their star player than when their star player was there. A star player in their prime or end of prime. Tell me a team that did better when their star player wasn't there versus when their star player was there. Since you want to answer to that question so bad, please tell me that. Please tell me that. Can you give me an answer? Can you? I don't think you can, but please tell me that. You can't even explain. You're just yapping. No, you guys are just yapping. That's why I said, LaFleur, you can't even tell me, little kid, little boy, how this wasn't a super team. You're in your feelings emotional right now. Because me just yapping wouldn't be able to prove the fact that you can't tell me how this wasn't a super team. So since you want attention, I'll give it to you. How is this not a super team? Can you tell me? SEDLA Flair, can you tell me? I don't think you can. If you guys want to watch the VODs of this, by the way, it'll be on my YouTube. All the VODs will be on my YouTube. When I go live on here, I'm going to be live on YouTube. So, wasn't LeBron the only all-star this year? I don't know. You tell me. Wasn't the number 1 seed only have 1 all-star? Didn't the number 2 seed have 0 all-stars? And didn't the number 3 seed have 1 all-star? Celtics did better without Kevin Garnett. Show me, Derek. So you mean to tell me the Celtics, when they just won the championship, they did worse when Garnett was there than when Garnett was there? Make that make sense? 2024 Clippers clear. You still haven't said their record. Pat PV, you still haven't answered anything I've asked you, scrub. You keep saying I haven't answered. Answer something I ask you, and then maybe I'll answer something that you want to ask. Because you guys love to keep asking questions, but you can't give no answers. 07 Cavs is a super team. Maybe if you answer one of the questions that I ask, I'll maybe answer that. You are nothing without LeBron. I am everything without him. You're so mad. It's funny that you're giving me your time. You're hurt. The funniest thing is, like this little boy said, bro, I got another TikTok account that does more than this. Like, that I do gaming on. So don't speak on what you don't know. You just said I'm nothing without LeBron. I got a whole gaming account, bro. Whole nother gaming account. What you talk about? How many top 20 players in this picture? Tell me how this wasn't a super team. We got them spamming again. Not one player averaged more than 15 points in the playoffs. And not one player scored over 20. He's still not telling me how it's not a super team. This got to be Rage Bait. A-Time Barry, tell me how this was not a super team. You got no engagement unless you speak. But again, I do have plenty of engagement if you check my videos and my views. You're obviously in your feelings. And yo, he's really emotional. He's giving me his time. He's like, what about this is super? What about this isn't super, Crown? And like, this is why I laugh about LeBron and a lot of people on TikTok. It's like they have a hard time in comprehending. You have the same kids asking the same questions, but they can't give you an answer to it. You guys keep telling me, do you know what a super team is? Do you know what a super team isn't? Can you answer that? Old D Wade, injured D Rose, and Kendrick Perkins is terrible. So how is it not a super team? Somebody tell me. How many All-Stars or All-NBA players are on this roster? Well, before I even go there, I was doing that here earlier with where did we just get onto the Cavs? Okay. So I actually have this Cavs team up. So I have the Cavs roster up right here, right? Tell me how it's not a super team, and then I'll answer. Oh, my bad. That's 2016. Asadi. 2017. This the year. This the year. This the year. Answer my question, and then I'll answer your question. I got it right here for you. See how that works? So he says in 2012, maybe this was a super team. How was this not a super team? You can't tell me. You literally can't tell me. Team right now is better than this. There's so many current teams is super teams. Teams right now is better than this. So many current teams is super teams. Cool. Teams right now are better than this. But at the time, how many teams were better than this? This was a super team. You guys can't tell me how it wasn't a super team. You notice that we've been live for over an hour and you guys still haven't told me how this isn't a super team? Because none of the players were good. Terrible shooting. D Wade couldn't play anymore. How were they not good? What if the shooting was terrible? What was the shooting? How are they not good? You're not telling me anything how it wasn't a super team because none of the players were good. So they're not a super team because none of the players were good. So none of these players were good, guys. So none of these players were good, and the shooting was terrible. You just see names like D Wade and D Rose and think it's an automatic super team. You literally cannot tell me how it's not a super team. I'm still waiting. LeBron James community, people who like LeBron are logical. No, they're not logical at all, and they speak out of feelings. They literally speak out of their feelings. I just looked at your page. Your best videos are about LeBron. That's false. Tell me how many views I have on my best video if that's your opinion on it. Please tell me. I'll wait for that. And I'm glad you looked at my page. If you know who I am and I don't know who you are, that's a good thing. That means you a fan. He said D Rose was out of his prime. For Kobe for the win. Oh, I understand. So Lucier is West. That's his burner account. So if he has something happen to him, he got the West. So Lucier 42 burner account is West. So Kobe for the win. When I make you a mod, just remember that for the next one. But that's his burner account. I see now. I see. This kid has been a fan of me for the longest. And I used to make fun of him, guys. I'm going to actually bring the screenshot up and I'm going to post it on this story where I used to make fun of him for him being in my lives when I was gaming. And he would say, I'm not in your lives. I'm not in your lives. Look at this boy back in my live. You got to love stuff like that, guys. You got to love it. Just know if you don't have people that are hating on you, you're not doing it right. Just know that. But I'm going to keep going. Anyway, thank you guys for liking the live up. I'm grateful for that. And then for the other one, let's see. All-Stars past their prime. So again, I'm waiting. You guys keep saying washed, past their prime. So that's it. That's the only thing you can say. Because at the beginning of it, I'm gonna say this. At the beginning of the season, were they saying these guys were washed? Were they saying these guys were out of their prime? No, they weren't. You gotta give me something better than that. Something better than that. Let me up here. Wes, what did I say earlier? You want to come up on my live? Drop a sub. Twitch is Rob running back. Drop a sub if you want me to give you my time and you want me to stop what I'm doing to entertain you. That's for anybody. This is my live. You can't even answer my question and you want me to let you up on my live? As many times as you, especially as you said it, let me up here. Let me up here. Let people up. Drop a sub if you want to come up on my live. I'm not going to sit here and just give my mental to emotionally unstable LeBron stans. I'm not. Especially when I'm reading the messages and you can't even answer what I'm asking you. But you want me to let you up? that also eliminates so much foolishness when I do it that way. So hey, like I say, you guys drop them subs on them Twitch and them kick girls. So there you go right there with it. You won't answer me. What did you say? I've been answering every question. What did you say? That they were out of their prime and that they were washed? Were they saying this team was washed and out of their prime before the season started? Who show me in articles of them saying that this team was washed out of their prime before the season started. That age was going to be a problem. That their age out of prime was going to be a problem. Show me an article. If you're going to sit here and use that it wasn't a super team because they were washed and out of their prime, I'll wait. I will wait because they were past their prime. They're not a super team because they were past their prime and answered it 2x. Show me articles where people are saying that this team is going to struggle because they're out of their prime. Show me. Show me. Can you? Can you? I'll wait. Because again, you guys are saying you answered it. You answered what? This isn't a super team because they're past their prime and they're old. Show me articles of them saying that. Open requests. Ibu bro sniped the burner account. Bruh, I come on now. Of course he got his burner account in here. Open requests. What do you mean open requests? IBU. Yes. So since you guys are saying that this isn't a super team because they're old past their prime, show me articles of them stating that this team is going to struggle because of their out of prime and their age. So what's your definition of a super team? You still haven't told me how this isn't a super team. D-Wade played one more season after this and hung it up. Cool. You still haven't told me how this isn't a super team. Nope. The media was hyping them up as usual. Thank you. No can do. No can do. My answer is your answer. What's the YouTube? It is in my bio. The link to my YouTube is in my bio. Is in my bio. Yes, they were. Also, half of them were traded mid-season. Correct. Eli, half of them got traded mid-season because this team got blew out by Golden State, and the GM realized that he wasn't going to win the finals with this team. But again, show me where it said this team was out of its prime, its age was a factor, and that they would struggle because they're out of prime and their age. Show me. I'm still waiting. Heat is building something this year. They might. Ain't nobody subbing, bro. Stay up here by yourself. I have no problem staying up here by myself. Lick, did you Lick? LIK, did you at any time during this live hear me say I'm gonna need anybody to come up here? Did you at any point in me time? You guys are the ones asking to come up. I'm not asking you guys to come up. So what are you talking about? Ain't nobody subbing, bro. Stay up here by yourself. I have no problem staying up here by myself. You're the one that's saying letting people come up. You guys are the ones that are saying come up. And as I stated, I don't need to sit here and debate with unemotional, unstable LeBron stands that can't even answer a question. So again, if you want to come up here so bad, that's what you can do. I have no problem if you don't. Because again, you watching me, I'm running a show right here by myself with people in here. I don't need nobody. I'll run the show by myself as every day. I'm not dependent on nobody. It's me, baby. I got my information. I don't need to rely on anybody. So again, you saying that like I care. I don't. You're the one that asked to come up. You guys are the ones that are trying to come up on my live. Bro said washed up D-Wade, half functioning D Rose, and quarter brain cell J.R. Smith was a super team. Johnny, but you can't even tell me how it isn't a super team. Wes, you haven't answered every question because I've read your questions. The only thing I keep hearing you say is let me up. I'm not whoever that is. Let me up. I'm not whoever that is. Let me up on here. What? I don't know who the what? Wes, I have everything you've said. Cage has anybody? Like, what are you talking about, Wes? You haven't answered. Only top 20 players. That's why only one top 20 player. It ain't a super team. So tell me the top 20 players. Before the season, Kevin Love wasn't a top 20 player. He wasn't rated as a top 20 player before the season, Wes. Isaiah Thomas, coming off of his best season ever, wasn't rated as a top 20 player, Wes. Cool. I have 1K followers on this account, Forever Rolling. I got another account with more. How many you sitting here talking about my followers? I got more followers than you do. Like what? What are you doing? You watching me? Like what? Whoever's in here, I just want to say this. Nobody in life doing better than you will ever make fun of you on where you're at. Just know that. Because they're so busy and so focused on getting to where they want to be, they don't have any time to scrutinize you or to say anything about you like that. Anybody that says anything about you or tries to diminish or downplay anything, they don't have no motion and they have nothing going on for themselves. They're losers. Same kid using the burner is hilarious. 2018 Perkins was a real superstar. Exactly. I could show you. I know you see my comment. 2X. Did you not read me? Or did you not listen when I read your comment? I literally read it. I can show you how. I can show you. Like, this kid is spamming. Please show me their averages, bro. Please. Tell me how this isn't a super team, YB George, and I gladly will. I gladly will. This is a super team, everybody past prime. Yo, Dev. And for all you guys that keep saying they're old and past their prime, show me an article where the media is saying this team is going to struggle because they're past their prime and their age. You can't show me one. Was it a super team without LeBron? Robert Rhodes, the third. Let's take away a star player from anybody. Would they be considered a super team if their star player isn't there that they built their team around? Was it a super team without LeBron? Was it were the Bulls good without Derrick Rose? When they formed their team around Derrick Rose, were they good when Derrick Rose wasn't there? Come on, man. Be better. You don't know anything about basketball, just another DL Kobe fan that's obsessed with LeBron. And look, here we have a kid that's in his feelings, right? And this is why I say this. These LeBron stans are so emotional. They're emotionally unstable. Emotionally unstable kids that get in their feelings. What is super crowned? You can't even tell me how this isn't a super team for the 80th time. You've been in here the whole time asking everything but can't answer. You're refusing to show. I'm not refusing to show their averages. I showed, and this is how you know he just came in here. I started to do the first 3 teams, the first 3 seeds. So it's not me refusing at all. The main topic is none of you guys can tell me how it isn't a super team. I've been waiting the whole time. You said they're past their prime. Show me an article where it has stated that this team was past their prime. This team is going to struggle being old past their prime. Show me. Show me. That's it. Because you guys keep asking, right, for me to tell you what a super team is. I've said it. I have no problem telling you what a super team is. Just one of you guys, which, again, we've been on here for an hour and a half now. Nobody can tell me how this wasn't a super team, right? They're past their prime and they're old was the best thing you guys have given me. And what did I say? Show me a article from this season where they said that this team is going to struggle because they're old, they're past their prime, they're old and past their prime. That this team is going to struggle because they're so old. Even though we just had Isaiah Thomas come off of his legendary scoring season, this team is old, past their prime. They just traded Kyrie Irving. So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. So the Cavs just traded their star point guard, Kyrie Irving, for a scrub. They traded their best player for a scrub. They traded their best player for a guy that they knew. They traded their best player for a guy that they knew was going to fail. That's what you're telling me? They had LeBron James, and they traded their best player for a guy that they knew was going to sink the ship. That's what you're telling me? I'm just talking, but you can't give me an answer to that. You and your feelings right now. That's you and your feelings right now. Again, the Cavs traded their best player for a guy that they thought was going to sink the ship and not give them a chance to win with LeBron James. You can't. You can't. They traded Kyrie because he didn't want to be there. Nick, did you not just hear what I said, child? So they traded Kyrie Irving for a guy that they thought was washed, for a guy that they thought wasn't going to be able to help them win a championship. They just traded Kyrie Irving for nothing is what you're saying. So you have LeBron James on your team, and you just trade your best player, Kyrie Irving, for nothing. You just traded him just to trade him. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on this. How come nobody's saying anything about that in the comments? He said, yes, they traded Kyrie Irving because it was a bad situation. So again, they just trade Nick. They traded Kyrie Irving because it was a bad situation, and Kyrie even admitted he made a mistake. Nick, you're not answering what I asked you. So they just traded Kyrie. Wizzo, what? Yo, my dog. Wizzo. Bro, you see this? You see, bro. Wizzo, read the comments, fam. The whole topic of this entire thing, Wizzo, has been for them to tell me how this wasn't a super team. You see that they asking me any and everything but this? Like, bro, they like, dog, and Wizzo, you want to know what's funny? Like, bro, they keep trying to come up to the live, right, Wizzo? So I said, if y'all want to come up to my live, you got to drop a sub. Read them spamming, trying to come up here. And so I said, you got to drop a sub if you want to come up. And they so many of them started crying. You begging for subs? You begging for subs? No, because I can do the show by myself. Like, bro, they don't understand. Like, this is what I do. Like, they don't understand this, Wizzo. Dude saying, have fun being up here by yourself. You think I got a problem being up here by myself? And then Wizzo, another kid, bro, Wizzo, I swear to God on my life, let me see if he's still in here. If you see that Lucier kid's name, he followed me from my gaming account, bro. He had my gaming account. He followed me over here, and he's like, oh, you stopped the gaming, yada, 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 yada. Came over here. I said, bro, you talking about my motion. Like, what? So, like, bro, I oh, my God, bro. I can't wait to tell you this, bro. Let me lock in, bro. I'm sorry. I'll talk when we get off stream, bro. I'll tell you about it later. This is funny. Grab some popcorn, bro. Tap in. This is funny. Okay, so Isaiah Thomas played with bums in Boston that year, was empty stats. LeBron gets a lot of empty stats. A lot of empty stats. Wait, so you see Kyrie was the best player on the Cavs at the end of the 2017 season? Yo, LaFay Hell, or whatever your name is, because I see you in my comments a lot of times too. You be one of those LeBron eaters. Tell me how this wasn't a super team. You sitting here trying to ask me a question. Tell me how this wasn't a super team, and I'll answer your question. They traded Kyrie for a washed IT, bro. Stop being dense. So, Ayush, Sharma, Ayush. So you mean to tell me when they traded Kyrie, they purposefully traded Kyrie for a washed player? So they thought they thought IT was washed, and they said, yo, we only lost, you know what I'm saying? We only are in our finals window here, right? We've only lost to Golden State a couple times. We won in here. And we're going to trade our player that helped us win the finals for a guy that's washed. And we're just going to trade for a guy that's washed. That's bad. They purposely traded their best player for a guy that's washed. That's what you're telling me? So when they made this trade, you're telling me that the Cavaliers knew that Isaiah Thomas was washed. They traded Kyrie Irving knowing that Isaiah Thomas was washed. That's what you're saying? 100% a super team. Yes, it was a super team. You're right. Are the Clippers a super team right now? Crowned Rex for the 80,000th time. I've told you that I will answer your question when you tell me how this isn't a super team. You still have yet to tell me how this isn't a super team. Hole on why are you leaving out how weak this Eastern Conference was? Yeah, the Eastern Conference was very weak. The Eastern Conference has been weak LeBron's entire time he's been in the East. You want to talk about that too, M? You want to talk about how the East has been weak since the early 2000s? You want to talk about the negative win percentages that the East have had if we want to average out the entire East teams since the early 2000s, how their win percentage isn't positive? You want to talk about that? Or you only want to talk about the stats where you can kind of try to jerry pick and justify why LeBron lost? Y'all don't know ball. Peter, you don't know ball. That's why you can't give me an answer. You in your feelings, kid. They traded him so LeBron would stay. Their only comp was a 20-year-old Tatum. LeBron has played in the East. You want to know what's funny right now? Like, I really could change the topic to how LeBron went through his 8-year finals run playing no talent. I'll do that tomorrow. So while you guys are in here, go get your little ammo ready for me on that. But that's what the topic tomorrow is going to be. And I have it ready because I got all my stuff up here still too. Like, I haven't even brought the stuff out. Like, I got the records and stuff here that I was showing. You guys are so in your feelings. I didn't know TikTok LeBron fans was like this. Y'all trying to defend something you can't even give me an argument on. 2018 Cavs had more All-NBA first-team players and All-Star players than the 24 and All-Star starters than the 2014 Spurs. That's the part they don't want to talk about, bro. That's what I was kind of waiting for when they were bringing up All-Stars and All-NBA players. But they can't even tell me that this wasn't a super team besides they were old and out of their prime. Just say you got no reason. Just tell me you can't give me an answer. Everyone else was washed except Mateo. They were saying that everybody was washed before the season starts. They were saying that. Do you see who was on this squad? Let's see. And why LeBron's sitting higher than everybody else? Because LeBron thought he was that much better than everybody. They didn't know IT was washed. Exactly, Ayush. They didn't know he was washed. They didn't know he was washed. So for you to then sit here and say, what did he even say? Let me go back to that ignorant comment he said. So if they didn't know he was washed, can I not go back? I got like, you guys are typing fast. They traded Kyrie for wash. So if they didn't know he was washed, Irish, how are you going to sit here and say they traded Kyrie for a washed IT, bro? Stop being dense. Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like, for real, are you okay? Like, do you not use logic and rational thinking? Do you not just hear what you just said? Like, come on, guys. Like, please, ain't no way that's it. Hex, how is this not a super team? If this is no way that it isn't that it's not a super team, tell me how it's not a super team. Please. Bron carried this team all season, but it is. Their only comp was a 20-year-old. They traded him. They traded Kyrie when he wanted to go. Be in Boston. Cool. So, Wes, again, they traded away their best player for somebody that's watched. They knowingly did. They knowingly just said, hey, guys, you know, we got LeBron James here. We're in our championship window to win championships. We just won a championship within the last 5 years. We got the majority of our team here, and we're gonna, you know, burn the house down and trade for a guy that's washed and ruin everything. We're gonna do that on purpose. That's what they said. That's what they did. That's what happened. Raptors has the best record in the league. Yeah, and they only had one All-NBA second-team player in DeMar DeRozan. That's it. Just in case I won't spam you, they didn't win. That's why they aren't a super team. What? You hear this? They're not a super team because they didn't win. Only one person can win. That was bad. That was a bad take. That was bad. Yo, thank you for the followers. I don't know who else followed, but I got 2 new followers. Thank you. Let me see what else they saying. Purpose or not, still not a super team. Intoxicated Mall. You can't tell me how it's not a super team. Tell me how it's not a super team. Wade said, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. The playoffs ain't me. Iceman Chris, Wade in the Heat made the playoffs that year when he got traded to the Heat. So what are you talking about? Wade made the playoffs. You just said, Wade said, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. The playoffs ain't for me. When Wade got traded to the Heat made the playoffs that year. So what are you talking about? You're just talking. Like a lot of you guys, like I'm starting to realize a lot of you guys don't know what you're talking about. Like a lot of you guys don't know basketball like you think you do, and you guys just go off of what you hear. He just said, Wade said, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. The playoffs ain't me. Wade made the playoffs that year on the Heat. What? What? Last time I'll try. They didn't win. That's why they are not a superstar. That's why they're not a superstar. That's why they're not a super team. Most NBA champs were. No, only one team can win. Like what? What? He said they're not a superstar. They're not a super team because they didn't win. So we got they're past their prime, they're old, and because they didn't win, they're not a super team. That's all you guys have. Nobody on that team made All-Star or All NBA except LeBron. Okay. Okay. LeBron's fans thinks this is wrestling. How many were averaging over 15? Monkey the GOAT. Tell me how this isn't a super team and I'll answer it. Wade averaged 15 in his last year, by the way, but you still haven't told me how this isn't a super team. You keep bringing up stats and numbers, right? You keep saying stats, numbers, who made this, who made that. How is this not a super team? You guys are literally asking questions, but you refuse to answer this one. How does that work? Like, how does that work? I'm like genuinely curious. Super team with only one player averaging over 18. Good rage bait, but it's not rage bait because you can't give me an answer. How is it not a super team? If it's rage bait, tell me how this isn't a super team. Replace Braun with Kobe, easy three-peat. Yeah. Super team with only one player averaging 18. And it said, do you think big names equal talent? Do you think you can tell me how this isn't a super team and then I can give you an answer? Is it a super team, though? It is a super team, though. Thank you. Thank you. It is a super team. Bro, half of them were washed. Yo, Zoe, when the season started, preseason, you were saying that these guys was washed? The media was saying that they were washed? Avoided your comment again. I didn't avoid your comment. I actually said it twice, child. I said it twice. Nobody avoided your comment. And you spammed it 3 times. I said it multiple times. Let's see. Easy to have 15 points per game when you barely played games that season. So who barely played games that season? Definition of a super team, intoxicated. Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Can you not follow along? I've literally stated, tell me how this wasn't a super team, and I'll answer your question. You keep trying to ask a question, but refuse to answer the one I've asked. If you want the question answered, answer this. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to follow directions. It's not. But for some reason, you guys refuse to. He said they aren't a super team if no one on here can average over 15 points and stay on the floor. So you're saying you have to average more than 15 points for it to be a super team. So if the whole team averaged 15 points, is that a super team? If everybody just averaged 15 points, I'm sorry, 15.5. Everybody in the team averaged 15.5. That's a super team. But if you have 3 players averaging 25 or more, that's not a super team. I'm just kind of curious to what your definition of a super team is. That's why I'm asking you probing questions like this. You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't told me how it's not a super team. So I'm trying to get an understanding of it. Braun dropped 50 in game 1 and still wasn't enough for the real super team. Those were wasted stats. Got a lot of those points when they were losing. LeBron was stat padding. That's why that plus minus in the finals is negative. That team would have made way more noise in the finals than the old team. Answer this. I'm not going to answer it until you tell me how this wasn't a super team. You guys love to, like I keep saying, you guys love to ask questions, but you guys are refusing to answer them. Like, you guys love to ask them. Do we consider the current Warriors team a super team? Anthony, do you consider answering my question of telling me how this isn't a super team, and then I'll answer your question? How about that? Reason was given out multiple times, by the way. Crown, it was gotten to me because Braun was the only all-star. I've stated it multiple times. So you're stating for it to be a super team, you have to be an all-star? What? So I got, because there was one all-star, they were out of their prime, washed, and because they didn't win the championship. That's it. That's it. So again, in season, all-star. In season, all-star. So before, and I'm just going to keep using this to try, even though it's going to go one ear and out of the other because you guys' logic to things is so funny. So before the season started, LeBron James was the only one that the media was saying was going to make the all-star team. Isaiah Thomas coming off his best season, they said he's not going to make an all-star team. They didn't have Kevin Love projected to make an all-star team. Again, you just said I'm going off of these like I'm going off of what you just said. You crying that I didn't read it, right? So give me an answer to that. I'll wait. LeBron James and Kevin Love are all. Hey, I'm going off of what he said. LeBron James and Kevin Love are also. He just said that LeBron was the only one. I'm going off of what he said. Super team. Jay, tell me how it's not a super team. Tell me how it's not. Noob league averages was less. Plus, they had several players have 15 a game. Let me see what he say. This is a great team, but it's not a super team. Wes, again, you can't tell me how it's not a super team. You keep trying to say you want to go live, you want to do this, that. You keep saying you've answered, but you haven't. You've only projected. You haven't answered. Literally haven't. 2004 Cavs was a super team too. D-Wade averaged 11 and D-Rose averaged 9. How is this a super team? Prince, tell me how this was not a super team. You keep trying to have me answer a question. Tell me how this was not a super team. I will wait. I will wait. Let's see. Did IT make the all-star team or no? Intoxicated. So before the season started, after IT just had the best season of his NBA career, you mean to tell me that the media was not saying that Isaiah Thomas was going to be an all-star? They just had him knocked off. Is that what you're telling me? That's what you're telling me. The media wasn't saying Isaiah Thomas was going to be an all-star, all-NBA player. He was going to have a worse year after coming off of the best year of his NBA season as a pro. That's what you're telling me? An attempt of a super team. Bron always got what he wanted. He sure did. Bron always got what he wanted. You ain't lying, though. I'm not. I'm not lying. And feelings ain't facts. And they ain't they feelings. They big mad. IT came off an injury. What is Net talking about? Yo, Solo, little boy. So again, before the season started, so you mean to tell me that the Cavs purposely traded for a injured player? The Cavs traded their best player for an injured player. That's what you telling me? That's what you telling me. The Cavs just traded their best player for an injured player. Got it. What classifies as a super team? Tank, you tell me how this wasn't a super team, and then I'll answer. I know you've heard me say this multiple times out loud, but even though you wrote it, I'm still going to tell you. Frying Bron stance, I am, bro, and they mad, and they don't like it, Tay. They do not like it, bro. They mad. They still can't tell me this is not a super team. What's good, bro? Glad to see you in the live, Tay. He just going to keep saying answer the question, even though, again, M, the answer you gave me was that this team was old, out of their prime. They didn't win the championship, right? And they had one all-star. Those are the 4 responses you guys have given me to them all before the season started. Were they saying this team was old? This team was going to struggle because of age. This team wasn't going to go to the championship. This team is not going back to the finals because they're old. This team is not going back to the finals because they're washed. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. You're saying that after the fact that you found out how the season played. I can tell you how a movie's going to end after I watched it. I can tell you how the game is going to go after I watched it. That's why it matters what it said before season. What does media have to do with his performances? Media has everything to do with it because, again, Crown, show me the media calling this a bad team before the season started. Show me the media talking about how this team is going to suffer and fail because they're old. Show me the media talking about this team not having any all-stars besides LeBron. Show me the media saying Isaiah Thomas is going to have such a bad year after coming off of his best season as an NBA player. Show me. You can't. You can't. You can't. Show us where they picked this team to win it all. Okay, I'll show you. I will show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. Betting odds in the East before the season started. The Cavs got the second best odds in the NBA. The Cavs got the best odds in the West by double, right? So since you guys don't know how this works, if I put $100 on the Cavs, I win $515, right? But if I put $100 on the Celtics, I win $1,200. That shows you the margin of how drastic those odds were. But again, guys, again. Hey, Max Witt. Hey, everybody, is Max Witt still in here? Max, this is the same dude that want to have a Kobe versus Bron debate. Everybody in here. This dude, Max Witt, right here, that you see in the comments, has been on my page since February, right? I asked him to do a debate. This dude will do the most talking, but has avoided doing a live to talk about what he's be in my comments about, right? He be in my comments saying the most, but I've called him out for a live multiple times to talk. And as I've said, guys, in life, I put this on everything. Nobody in life doing better than you will say anything about you. He's on the sidelines talking right now, watching me on the sideline, right? You notice how he hasn't said, yo, let me come up. He would have been the only one I would have gladly entertained to come up. I would have literally told him to come up. You notice how he's not saying, let me come up, let's talk about XYZ. He's sitting there throwing emojis, laughing, right? Right? Again, I would be mad too if I didn't have any hair on my head in my 30s. It's cool. But let me stop. But again, this one of the dudes that be in my comments, right? Be in my comments. I've been telling this cat to come up for months. Let's battle. Let's talk about it. Bro, all in my comments last page, but don't want to invite me up. Now he want to say he want to get invited up after I said it because I said something now, right? Let's see even if his first message is about being in. Let me see his messages. This the same dude, this and that, right? So again, my point, your first message even, bruh. Come on now, is you laughing. I've been trying to tell you to come up for months. Now after I say this, oh, now I want to come up. You see how they do. So look, we're going to do this, Max. We're going to do this. Because I got work here coming up soon. Max, tomorrow, send me a message right now, Max. Tell me a time tomorrow. Tell me what you want to talk about, and we'll talk about it on my live. I'll let you up. Tell me, you got time tomorrow? If you don't got time tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, let me know, Max. You in here? You see all the people in here? What's going on, little bro? What we doing? Let me play with my hair real quick. What we doing? Tomorrow, same time, Kobe versus Bron debate. Let's go. Tell me the time. Tell me the starting time. To be honest with you, I got to cut it off within the next 30 minutes. I couldn't even do it. I got to cut it off. I honestly should be off in like the next 15, but I want to entertain it. So I'm going to send you a DM. I get off. Let me see what time it'll be. I'll be available from 6 p.m. to whenever. He said, now got to turn it off. Well, Johnny boy, because I actually have a grown man job and I work in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost midnight for me. I got to get up. There's nothing about me ducking him. It's almost midnight my time. I got to go to work. I'm sorry. I got to go to work and I work in the morning. Now it's a duck. But you guys can't even answer my question. I literally told him to tell me a time, right? I said tomorrow, so it's not a duck. But again, I'll have time from 6 p.m. West time. So anytime after 6, 7, 8, 9, let me know. We can definitely do that. He said, I'm attacking. Let me see. What does he say? Stab, performance, all of his. I literally said I have 30 minutes. 30 minutes for what me and him both have to talk about is not going to be enough time. At that point in time, whatever he talking about, he could only get off one thing. I could probably only get off one thing, and then there's a rebuttal, and then that's that. So he going to say something, I'm going to give my rebuttal to it, and then I got to go. That's literally no views, no nothing, no entertainment, no nothing. When I have more time, which I will tomorrow, Saturday, Friday, Sunday, as I said to him, I have no problem. I didn't say no. I said I don't have the time for it. That's why I said that would have been the one that I would have called up here willingly. I don't have the time for it. But again, now all of a sudden it is a duck. Rob is becoming too powerful. Nah, man, nah. Nah, don't say that. You can't say the odds make the... I didn't say the odds is what made them a super team. I stated that you cannot show me the media, when the season started, that they said that this was going to be a bad team. You can't show me before the season that the media said this team was going to struggle because of their age. Let's shoot for tomorrow, 9 p.m. I'm in LA, so we're okay. Bet. No, we can definitely, even if it's 9:30, 10, just whenever. I'll be live by 9:15. Just whenever you can after 9, just join the live. If you got to spam me in the live in here, just message me. Just spam it. And then the chat will let me know you in here too. And then we'll just jump in from 9 to midnight or however long, and we'll get it jumping. We'll get it going. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. I'm gonna do my research. I know you got your stats, your numbers, like you say. So I'm ready for that. So let's get it going. Be good, Rob. And unless you become a bit more willing to exchange, I'm gonna leave you be. I could care less what you do. That I don't lose any sleep of you not being here, of you being here. He's saying that like I care. Names alone don't mean they're a super team. Right. Names alone don't mean they're a super team. But as I've stated, you can't tell me or show me the media saying that this team was going to be bad because of the age. You can't tell me that the media before the season started that Kevin Love, Isaiah Thomas, D. Wade, Derrick Rose was washed and that this team was going to be bad. If you can't comprehend, then you go to a different sport. I don't know if you're talking to me that can't comprehend, but I think you can't comprehend because Johnny, I'm going to give you the attention now. Johnny, tell me how this isn't a super team. Gonna get quick, so gotta duck now. Johnny, again, I actually work in the morning. I got a good job. I got a big boy job. So I can't stay up all night like you do. But Johnny, tell me how this isn't a super team. Since you say I'm going to get cooked, since you're saying I'm ducking, are you okay? 10 out of 10 engagement farm. Crown Rex, you've been in here the whole entire chat and can't tell me how this isn't a super team. You talking about engagement farm. You've been farming engagement from me to respond to your messages. Literally, that's how bad you want my attention. But back to what I was saying. Tell me how this isn't. I just want to know, because what I've heard is they had one all-star. So before the season started, they had just one all-star. They said, okay, Isaiah Thomas had his best season, right? He's not going to capitalize off that. Kevin Love isn't going to be an all-star. They said before the season started that LeBron James is going to be the only all-star. This team isn't going to work out because they're old. They're washed. Show me them saying that before the season started. That's all I want to see. What about the media after that season? I'm talking about before the season started. Like I said, it's easy to say how a movie is going to end when you've seen it. What happened before the season? What were they saying? And again, another thing I'm going to say, if Isaiah Thomas was so washed, why did the Cavs trade for him? Why did they trade for him if he's washed? That's another one I want you guys to answer. If he's so washed, why did the Cavs trade for him? He said, okay, the record was under 500. Then after all the people you named was traded or cut. So John BYB82449, can you please tell me how this wasn't a super team? How is this a super team? Please let me know. Yo, Saucy Boy, I got you. I will answer that as soon as you tell me how it wasn't a super team. Bet it up. Let's do it. Don't worry, chat. I'm going to cook this man tomorrow. We're going to see if you cook me tomorrow. We'll see. I'm going to cook you up, but it's okay. You can't tell LeBron fans anything. They see what they want to see. That is, in a sense, yes and no. Yeah. I mean, but that goes to any, to be honest, that goes with anybody defending anything. And a lot of times, I'm not even going to lie and say that's just them. That's you can give people proof, clear-cut evidence in their face, and they still going to lie and say it's not them. Love averaged 19 in the finals that same year. Bron picks his own team. That's on Bron. That's his fault. Isaiah Thomas was hurt. It wasn't had a horrible season. You using media, bro, is wild. But you not being able to tell me how it isn't a super team is wild. That was the only what do you mean it was the only PG available? How was that the only PG available? Maintenance, explain to me how that was the only PG available. Because those are just names. So Panda, how is it not a super team? Are you saying they're just names? So explain to me how it's not a super team. Cavs got more stacked. They were cooked. That's why. So, Panda, before the season started, everybody said this team was cooked. The Cavs literally just traded their best player, Kyrie Irving, for a point guard that was cooked, coming off of his best season, needed an actual PG who can score and operate with Bron. So again, that's not telling me how this wasn't a super team. So he said because they needed a PG that could shoot. How old were these guys? Yo, Mar, Google's free if you want to tell me how old they are. So being how old they are, that indicates that wasn't a super team by their age. Because on my Boston Celtics clip, when I brought up age, you guys tried to say that they were super team. So what does their age have to do with anything? Why can't I scroll up? You're looking at names, Wade, Rose, Perkins, etc. No, I'm asking you a question, Panda. Tell me how this wasn't a super team. Your GOAT was nothing without Pippen. Aw, that boy Johnny and his feelings. Those are just names. Talent and production wasn't there. I'm not sure if you're seeing it. Again, so before the season started, when the Cavaliers traded for Isaiah Thomas, who just came off of career season, they thought that he wasn't going to have no talent, no production. You guys say that LeBron James left Wade because he was washed in the Heat. So LeBron James willingly re-upped and ran it back with Wade, but you guys say he's washed. So LeBron willingly ran it back with Wade, and Wade was washed. LeBron knew Wade was washed when he left the Heat, but he willingly ran it back with Wade. So he's just running with washed players just to run with washed players is what you're saying. For real, I love D Rose, but he wasn't the same. Didn't D Rose average 18 the next year with Minnesota after this? I forget, but I think he did. That was the only point guard. That was the only one available for trade. Everyone else wanted their PGs. Kai was injury prone. So again, you're saying that was the only one available. Prove that was the only one available. Kyrie Irving, out of Kyrie Irving, you could only get Isaiah Thomas. That's what you said. Not saying Isaiah Thomas wasn't good, but I'm saying like you making it sound like that. Isaiah Thomas was coming off of his career season. So again, show me that Isaiah Thomas was the only one that they could get. And then show me that LeBron didn't have an okay. And we're going to trade Kyrie for Isaiah Thomas. If he didn't want Isaiah Thomas, you think he's going to have him on the team, especially for Kyrie? Cool. Kai wanted out. We know Kyrie asked for a trade. You're not answering what I'm saying, though. He wanted a trade. So LeBron willingly traded for a dude that was a scrub. He willingly traded for a dude that's a scrub is what you're saying. IT wasn't that guy. I don't care what he did in Boston. Ha! This is Oh my gosh. This is funny. Get me up on the live. Sub up, Saucy. Ain't free. About to have you come up on my live and deal with your emotionally unstable self. Better sub up. Wade is best friend. Of course he'll want to play. But if Wade is his best friend, why didn't he bring him to Cleveland when he left? If he wanted him to play with him, why didn't he bring him with him to Cleveland? If he's his best friend, why didn't he bring him to Cleveland? IT needs to be number one option, and it shows. LeBron needs to be the number one option, and it shows. This dude hates LeBron so much, there's nothing you can say to change it. But I don't hate LeBron. You can't even tell me how I hate LeBron is the funny thing. Like that is the funniest thing of it all. You can't even tell me how I hate LeBron. You're just talking. Let's see what he says. No, I don't like LeBron, but the team, it was a super. You can't tell me how it wasn't a super team, Kaimani. How wasn't it a super team? This is definitely rage bait, but it's working on me. It's not rage bait. There's a reason why you guys can't tell me how it's not a super team. Kai wanted to go to Boston. He forced his way out. Cool. Who cares that Kyrie wanted to go? Who cares that Kyrie forced his way out? That doesn't diminish the fact that I keep stating LeBron traded for Kyrie. I'm sorry, the Cavs traded for Isaiah Thomas. So if Isaiah Thomas was washed, if LeBron didn't want to play with Isaiah Thomas, he would have said no. So that what you're saying is the Cavs traded for a washed player that was useless. That's what you guys are saying? Because I've noticed how you guys can't answer that. I'm just waiting. Nobody has been able to answer that. The league had leverage. The league didn't. How did the league have leverage? You're not even giving me an answer. You're literally, you can't even prove that. The league had leverage on what? D-Wade is his boy, by the way. Cool. So if D-Wade is his boy, why did LeBron not bring D-Wade with him when LeBron left and went to Cleveland? Notice how you guys can't answer that? So age doesn't matter in professional sports? You guys just stated when I try to use age when the Boston Celtics team that LeBron lost to in the playoffs when he jumped ship and left to Miami wasn't a super team. Or you said it was a super team when I said they weren't a super team because of their age. So now you're trying to say age doesn't matter, and then you're saying age does matter. So which one is it? And I'm talking about you guys collectively. Kai made it, bruh, again, it doesn't matter that Kai wanted out. You're still avoiding answering what I'm saying for a reason. Because LeBron owns the team. Yeah, he's just rage baiting or dude has zero. But again, Johnny, you literally cannot say how this isn't a super team, but I have zero knowledge. You can't answer the question. You still can't answer it. I'm waiting. Rob always cooking these Bron fans. Love to see it. Yeah, bro, you love to see it because they in their feelings. Oh, it's corny, but you in here. What's corny is you're a kid crying with a profile picture of a cartoon, but you are a character. That is right. You a character, Noah. We know why you got that profile pick up. Dwade wasn't even in his prime, plus he wasn't there for the whole year. Yeah, he got traded several times, but you didn't. You haven't, Johnny. I've read it. I've literally read every message you said, and I'll scroll up and read the last message of what you've even said, Johnny. You can see that when they all left, they got better. Then Johnny says IT needs to be a number one option. Johnny, that's not saying how it's a super team. Little boy, little Johnny, are you okay? Can you formulate and articulate a sentence? Johnny, are you okay, Johnny? Are you okay? Let's say it was a super team. It wasn't a super team as the team they lost to, and that's not debatable. So tell me how it wasn't a super team. You can't tell me how it wasn't. Also, Boston stated they was made up. No, they didn't. They were made up to stop Kobe. Boston was made up to stop Kobe. They weren't worried about LeBron. Like Kevin Garnett said, we didn't give a F about LeBron. They made that team to stop Kobe. They made the team to stop Kobe. Matter of fact, let me educate you. Go look at who Kevin Garnett was supposed to get traded to before he went to Boston. There was another trade in place. That further proves that that team was formulated to stop Kobe. Boston was not worried about LeBron at all. They were worried about Kobe. Do you think the Cavs with Kyrie is a super team? I would love for you to tell me how this isn't a super team so I can answer what you got. I would love to. But again, nobody want to answer it. I would love to. Maybe if they were all in their prime, it would be a super team. So, Hayes, tell me how it's not a super team. Nah, read mine. Nah, I'm good. The league knew Kai wanted out, so why would anybody give a package for Kai? Boston fleeced Kai. So again, they didn't have to trade Kyrie, number one. Number two, the Cavs are willingly going to trade Kyrie for nothing. That's what you're saying. Show me. Show me that. Please show me. Please show me, because when Kawhi wanted to get traded, when Kevin Durant wanted to get traded, show me. Show me. They got traded. They didn't have to get traded, but they got traded. Just like there's been times where players have wanted to get traded and didn't get traded. So again, show me where the Cavs willingly traded their best player for a scrub. They just said, here, we're just going to give you this. We're going to give up. We don't want anything in return. It's not obvious rage bait, though, Debo, because, again, none of you guys can answer. If they didn't want to trade Kai, then they get nothing and he walks. Exactly. They get nothing and he walks. What did they get out of IT? Well, actually, I'm not even going to ask you what they got out of IT, but what did the whole IT situation? It ended the same way, right? So, again, the Cavs just willingly traded their best player, Kai, for nothing, right? But, Mar, the ignorance would be in you because you can't answer. Bro, this is all your opinion. Killer work. But, again, if it's my opinion, why can't you answer it? Why can't none of y'all answer it? None of us can answer. We gave you facts, and you just got out of it. Kimon, what was the facts? I'm literally reading what you said. What is the facts? Tell me the facts. You can't even tell me Bron Hater. Bron Hater, LMAO is 1 a.m. That's why I said I'm getting off here soon. It's not 1 a.m. for me, but that's why I said I'm getting off soon. Okay, so what are we supposed to be answering? If you don't know what you're supposed to be answering, I would just sit on the sideline. That was the best they was offered. Show me. Show me that was the best. Show me that was the best. Can I come up? Sub up. Sub up. Sub up. And then I ain't about to sit here and deal with emotional for free. My time is valuable. He said, can you come up? Can you sub up? If not, nope. So again, tell me how this was not a super team. You said, what's his name? Where did his name go? Hold on. Let me see. What is his name? Where did his name go? Where did his name go? SJ, this is a super team. He said, hold on, where did his name go? I literally just seen it. Kemuel, you said that I'm ignoring it. None of us can answer. We gave you facts. You just keep getting like Kemuel. What are the facts? What have you said? What have you said? Low IQ ball knowledge, but you can't give me an answer. So if my IQ is low from what you're saying for ball, yours is way sunken into the ground. This is like saying Nash and Howard on the Lakers with Kobe was a super team. No, that's not like saying that at all. This is different. I'll answer that too as well. If one of you guys tell me how this isn't a super team, I would love to. I would love to answer it. What answers, Johnny boy? You haven't answered it. What have you said? What have you said? They're old past their prime. They had one all-star. They didn't win. One person averaged 15. Those are the 4 things you've said. Those are the 4 things you've said. Literally. So what have you said that it's not a super team? You guys cannot tell me how it's not a super team. I dropped facts in your inbox. Well, that's my inbox. I'm not gonna get my notifications or anything. I'm locked into this. Have you seen me on my phone going like this since I've been live? I sent it to your phone, man. I sent it to your phone. How is it different from Nash and the Lakers? Like I said, tell me how this isn't a super team, and I will answer it. You guys love to ask questions, but you cannot answer any questions. How is this not a super team? You guys keep asking. A super team is 3 or more all-stars. So again, you said 1 all-star, 15 points, out of their prime and washed, and their age. So I'm going to keep asking this, as I've said before, to those same 4 things that you've said. Show me before the season started that this team was going to struggle because of their age. Show me before the season them mentioning this team was washed because of their age. Show me before the season started that they said this team was only going to have 1 all-star and that this team would have 1 all-star and that's it. Show me before the season any of that. You can't. He said, show me some chapstick. Dang, that dude is that focused on my lips, man. That's crazy. That's kind of, you see how I said that and he literally started talking about my lips? Tell your mom to give me some chapstick. I left it at her place. He said, show me some chapstick. Like, what? That's funny to me. I'm a LeBron fan, and the only thing super about this team is Wade and Bron. Even Wade was on the climb. How is it not a super team? They had this is so true. That they don't like to talk about it, bro. They had prime IT. That's what I'm saying. This team has LeBron. They were never going to struggle. Expectations don't make you a super team. Again, you can't tell me how it wasn't a super team. He said, bro, I swear to God. Look at that. Y'all love it though. You thought this team was going to win it all? You're deflecting. Just let it go. I'm not deflecting anything. I'm waiting for you to answer. That team that played a team without LeBron. D Rose became a role player after leaving the Bulls. And this pick D Wade was what? Show me. And again, I just keep saying the same thing because you guys can't show me. Show me before the season started that they said, how about this? Show me before the season started them saying anything that you're trying to tell me how this wasn't a super team. I'll make it that simple. You can't. This is a stacked team, but everyone acting like Bron was by himself. Thank you. This team was stacked. Tell us why this was a super team. Tell me why it's not a super team, and then I'll tell you why it is a super team. All we had this year was, what did he say? All we had this year was IT and Bron. Wade was washed, and so was Rose. So show me before the season started, they said that this team had washed Rose and washed Wade, and that they were going to struggle by their age. 2 out of 10 rage bait. It's not rage bait when it's facts, when you guys can't show me. Having prime IT isn't true. He was never good after his last season. So the Cavs just traded for a scrub. They just traded for a scrub is what you're saying. They just traded for a scrub. LeBron, man, fans have a form of super zesty. Now they do. How do we show you in TikTok chat? You should be able to post it. If not, send it to me in a DM and I'll look after over, since I guess this kid sent me facts in my messages. I guess he sent me facts. So I got to read it. This was a team full of role players, bro. Again, how is this a super team? But again, we didn't know IT was injured until the season started. Show me before the season started them saying IT's going to fall off. He's going to be injured. He's going to be any of that. No, they traded for him, hoping he will be that. So you're going to trade your best player in Kyrie, hoping that somebody is a shell of their former self after they just had the best season of their career? First of all, they weren't in their primes, and they all got traded before the deadline. Right, because they got smacked by Golden State. So, of course, they got traded before the deadline. If LeBron wasn't on this team, it wouldn't be looked at. Bro, you just a hater. But you can't even tell me how I'm hating, little kid. You literally can't. Best player in Kyrie, dude. Yeah, you a hater. Oh, but again, what is the hate at? Where is the hate at? You guys are so in your feelings. It's funny to me. This is funny to me. Why are you specifically before the season? The season proved they were carried. It's easy to tell how a movie's going to end when you've seen it before. The Celtics didn't disclose this, but again, and this is how I know you guys are making stuff up. The Celtics didn't disclose the severity of the injury. You're just talking. Okay, I'm just talking. So do you not know what a physical is? Have you ever not seen the trade is pending? Physical. The trade is pending. Physical. These guys are billionaire franchises. Do you think they're going to just give somebody millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars and not see what they're giving their money to? You think they didn't do their medical report? Why do you think Mark Williams trade from the Lakers went back? Oh, because they didn't disclose the injury, and because they didn't disclose the injury, the Lakers didn't, do their own due diligence with their doctors because it's called physicals. You do physicals for a reason before a trade. You're just talking. Zero ball knowledge. That would be you, my boy. If the team was a super team, why did LeBron lead every statistical category in the playoffs? Cherry picking. But again, you can't cherry pick stat padding. That's why the plus minus was negative. Can't hide a plus minus when you stat padding. I corrected myself. It was stat padding. What? Stat padding. Why is LeBron's plus minus in the finals positive or negative? Is his plus minus in the finals positive or negative? Is his plus minus in the finals positive or negative? I'll say that one more time. It's negative 86. You tell us. I just told you it's negative 86. Plus minus is negative 86. Why is his plus minus in the finals negative 86? Stat padding. Stat padding doesn't hide from a plus minus. Stat padding doesn't. You can't hide a stat pad with a plus minus. Yo, Mac, thank you for the follow, my G. So again, that's why his finals plus minus is negative. Is Kobe's finals plus minus negative? Have you seen that 07 team? Yes, I did. It was one of the best defensive teams in the league. Kobe and LeBron would have won the finals with that 07 Cavs team against the Spurs. Do you forget what Kobe was doing to the Spurs at 21? He averaged 33 on them. But let's not even talk about that. Let's talk about how the Spurs left LeBron open that whole entire series because LeBron couldn't shoot. You couldn't leave Jordan or Kobe open like that. They would have won. You make it also seem like that 07 Cavs team was getting beat down by the Spurs. The Cavs lost game 3 and game 4 by less than 5 points each game. It was a defensive-centric heavy team. Show me Kobe stat padding. Show me his negative plus minuses in the finals. Show me him stat padding. A super team doesn't make 4 trades at the deadline because the roster's falling apart. LeBron wanted to go back to the finals, and he realized the team that he assembled wasn't it, so he jumped ship, and he reset. Wait, so if this was a super team, then how did the roster maintain the same people? They didn't maintain the same people. This roster had 80,000 players on it. Chris Anderson, Andrew Bogut, Mike Dunleavy, Kay Felder, Channing. Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. Jose Calderon, Jordan Clarkson, Jay Crowder, Channing Frye, Jeff Green, George Hill, Rodney Hood, LeBron James, Kyle Korver, Kevin Love, Larry Nance, Osmond, Kendrick Perkins, Derrick Rose, Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, Isaiah Thomas, D. Wade. How much help does your GOAT need? Holy cow. You know Google is free, right? Hey, and you know that there's a thing called team doctors, right? You do know there's a thing called physicals, right? You do know that the Lakers sent Mark Williams back to the Hornets for a reason, right? Failed physical. So for you to sit here and say that teams are just going to give millions and millions of dollars to somebody and not do their due diligence on their injury history, that's false. That's false. It's called team doctor for a reason. What do you think a team doctor does? Do you not know? Spurs was better. No, they weren't. Again, the Cavs lost by less than 5 points, 2 games. In game 1, in the first half, the Cavs lost the first quarter by 5 points. They lost the second quarter by 5 points. They entered the half down by 5. LeBron James had no field goals the entire first half. Why? Because he couldn't shoot. LeBron James shot 20% from that series from 3 in 07. Why? Because he couldn't shoot. He could only rim run. So what happened? Bruce Bowen guarded LeBron one-on-one until LeBron got to the paint because all LeBron could do was score in the paint and rim run. So we'll make LeBron a jump shooter because we know LeBron can't shoot, and what happened? LeBron lost. Just like when LeBron got Team USA bronze again. Why did LeBron get bronze? Because LeBron couldn't shoot. Why did LeBron lose to the Mavs? Because LeBron couldn't shoot. Kobe and Jordan didn't have that problem. They would have beat the Spurs, especially getting left open to make jump shots. Huh. He said, mute myself. He's mad. He mad. Feelings ain't facts. Show me. Show me, kid. Hamza, show me. Show me. But again, nobody can tell me how this isn't a super team. LeBron versus the other teams. This is not a super. Show me how this isn't a super team. Yo, 5M5. Thank you for the follow. Are we talking about LeBron, Kobe, or Jordan? What is Jordan without his super team? Oh, he said that Jordan had a super team. That's funny. Weird. Yeah, that is kind of weird of you. Kind of weird of you talking about something you don't even know. So again, it's almost midnight. Anybody want to tell me how this was not a super team? You guys have said they're washed. They were old, out of their prime. They didn't win the championship. And they had one all-star. That's all I got from this whole live, that this was not a super team. So does anybody want to show me before the season started of the media saying any of those things? I'll wait. I'll entertain it here for a little bit. Can anybody? Because all you guys want to ask questions besides this the whole time. That's it. So I'm kind of waiting. He said, so what happened to the Lakers? Goalpost moved. Well, for the rage bait. Like, again, it's not rage bait when you can't tell me. There's a reason why I've been live for this time and nobody's been able to tell me. LeBron James and politics that made things wrong. You can't. Again, show me. Can anybody? If this is a super team, then every Jordan team is a super team. I guess, gang, you're right. I am right. Because at this point, nobody's been able to show me unless somebody showed me wrong. I'd love for somebody to show me. I've waited. Yo, Kobe, for the win. I'm going to make you a mod, bro. Send me a message if you can. I'll make you a mod for tomorrow. But can anybody? I'm MJ guy. Okay. You show me how. I'll show you how after you show me how. Or how it's not. We can't post links. Okay, send me a message then. Send me a message. Send me a message. I'm about to unlock my phone right now for the first time. Send me a message. Let me see who's messaged me. Anybody send me a message. Dang, I got 32 new followers. What the heck? That is insane. What the heck? What the heck? Dang, I got one message request out of this whole thing. Let me see. He sent a Google one. Let me see if I can even copy it. Let me see. There were room. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Is he in here? Let me see if he's in here. If not, I'll call him up. Let's see. So his name is Gold. Okay. Let's see if he's in here. No, he's not even in here. Not in here. Okay. And then let me see, bro. Get me up here, man. I don't even like LeBron, and I gotta defend him. Sub up. That's literally it. Like you trying to come on my show. Sub up. If not, I could care less. Like, it's funny. Y'all be begging to come up on somebody's live. You start up a live, K Money, and you talk about it and you defend. I always say that to people, y'all be wanting to come up on somebody. Y'all, you start one then, and you talk about it on yours. Ghost, thank you for the follow, my guy. Thank you for the follow. You ain't ball. You know ball. He said, you know ball. It definitely was a super team. Thank you. It was a super team. They're trying to act like it's not. Not liking Bron crazy. And then here he is again. Bro, get me up here, man. I don't even like LeBron, and I got to defend him. He said it 3 times now. This is why I say, sub up. If you don't sub up, I'm not letting you up. Because you have ignorant, emotionally unstable kids. Every time somebody want to come up, they spam, bro, get me up here, man. I don't even like LeBron, but I got to defend him. I don't even like LeBron. Type it. Type it. Type it. This was the second worst Cavs team in my life. How? This was a super team. None of you guys can explain how this wasn't a super team. You talk about bronze plus minus. That's literally you admitting they were awful. I've talked about bronze plus minus in the finals, and I said, what was his finals plus minus? -82. So I'm talking about how awful the teams are when Bron is on the floor. Yeah, just like bronze plus minus was negative last season. The Lakers were bad when LeBron was on the floor. That's also why LeBron was the only player to make an all-NBA team with a negative plus minus. The smile on my face explains it all. I smile over everything. So I'm sorry. I've been smiling a lot. You look at my gaming videos, I smile. I'm sorry I got a good smile, but thank you for paying attention to my lips and my smile. You guys love paying attention to me. Explain how it is a super team. Tell me how this isn't a super team, and I tell you how it is. Do you know how plus minus works? Yes, I do know how plus minus works. I think you don't know how plus minus works. That is the thing. Why is it that when LeBron was on the floor, his plus minus was negative last season? Can you explain that to me? Can you explain that to me, Skeeto? Why was LeBron's plus minus negative when he was on the floor? Can you explain that to me? Because they didn't have Kim and were mostly all washed. 2018 Cavs stacked. The point of media is to be interesting, so they blow things out of proportion, just like you are. But again, so tell me where the media said that this team was going to be bad, where this team was going to struggle. Actually, though, gotta go. Love my dude. I'll be live tomorrow. Hopefully you followed. If not, you could always check the YouTube link in the bio. All lives will be on my YouTube. So you can always tap into the YouTube channel to check out the lives. The YouTube link in the bio. So every time we go live, you want to watch the VOD, it'll be on the YouTube. Tell me where it says they were going to be good. I've literally showed you. I've literally showed you the preseason odds. They were the best favorited team in the West. I'm sorry, in the East. The second best team in the NBA, the best team in the East. They were heavily favored. They were heavily favored. Heavily favored. Heavily favored. But again, you can't tell me how this wasn't a super team. You keep saying that. I keep proving it. Vegas just put this on the books to lose money, huh, guys? They were heavily favored. Prime LeBron in the weak East. Obviously, they'll be favored. Oh, it's obviously now, though. It's obviously now, though. Preseason odds make you a super team. Okay, I see. I didn't say that. But again, you can't tell me how it's not a super team. How many games did we... How is this not a super team? And then I'll tell you that. Look up my comment. Look at your comment. What is your comment, kid? Say it again. Say the comment again. Umbra, what is the comment, kid? You want me to scroll up? And old D Wade, past Prime D Rose. Don't get me started on Kendrick. Again, show me where it says the media says that this team is going to struggle because they have D Wade, they have Kendrick, they have them. You still in my chat, Crown? You still here? You can't. You cannot show me. You can't. You can't. You can't. I'm just waiting. What's a super team according to me? Tell me how this wasn't a super team, kid. And then I will tell you how it's super team. I'm not so focused on the media. You're so focused on an outcome that you already knew that was going to happen that you cannot explain to me how it's a super team. I could tell you how Harry Potter is going to end if you've never seen the movie before. Why? Because I've seen the movie. You're telling me based off of what you found out the season played that it wasn't a super team. Literally, that's what you're doing, and I am eliminating it, and you notice how you can't say anything other than that. Present your evidence now how it's a super team instead of yapping. Present your evidence, Jules, how it's not a super team. What is the most of them? What is it? Most of them there for half the season. D Wade and D Rose were performing inefficiently and had low volume. That's why it wasn't a super. Again, Ali, you're telling me stuff that you already knew, found out happened in the season. Before the season started, show me where it's saying D Wade is going to be washed. This team is going to struggle because they're old age. They're washed players. Correct. They traded all their players because LeBron got whooped by Golden State and knew he needed help. You notice how you guys are literally saying everything but this? We had a whole 2+ hour stream and nobody can answer. My phone is still out. Nobody sent me no article. Nobody sent me no link. I'm not waiting for any pending messages. Tell me how it's not a super team. And I tell you, I've been waiting to figure out how it's not a super team. Nobody want to tell me? Right before the season, Power Rankings was only 6th in the season. No super team. There was the best odds in the East to win. Show me the Power Rankings before the season started. The floor, they lost the lead every time. Only reliable number 2 LeBron had was weak. Oh, so it was K Love. Okay. Coach Noob, thank you for liking the live. Bad record. I'm just honestly like waiting. I'm waiting. My phone is out. Anybody want to send me a message showing me an article to back up what they're saying? Can anybody do that? Can anybody show me where it is said this Cavs team 2017, 2018 is going to struggle? They picked up D Wade, Derrick Rose, Jay Crowder. They have Kevin Love, Kendrick Perkins. This team is going to struggle because their age. This team is going to struggle because they're only going to have one All-Star. Tell me where they're not talking about Kevin Love and Isaiah Thomas not making All-Stars being washed. You guys can't. Do you notice how you literally are only speaking on the results of what you saw happen when the season came? Literally, as I keep saying, I can tell you how a movie's going to end if I've seen it before. So none of you guys, results show a non-super team. Cool. And before the results came from the season, everybody knew this was a super team. Kevin Love literally called it a super team. Kevin Love called it a super team, and you guys are trying to argue saying it's not. My arguments make 0 sense because you can't give me an answer to it. That's why it makes 0 sense. I'm still waiting on waiting for an answer. Bro, some of y'all don't need platforms. And some of y'all don't need opinions, but you hear me not complaining, right? You on the sidelines watching me complaining. You got another person as your profile picture. I could only imagine the person typing behind that account. Because what do you want Kevin Love to say? Oh, yeah, we're not good. Again, tell me how it's not a super team. I've seen plenty of players say their teams are not good, that they need change, they need work, they need adjustments. So again, and this is when Kevin Love wasn't on that team anymore. So tell me how it's not. Tell me how it's a super team. Burden of proof is on you. But Ali, you still haven't told me how it's not a super team. They were all old. Again, before the season started, when this team formed, show me where it says this team is old. This team isn't going to do good. They're going to fail because they're old. They're going to fail because the team is washed. They're going to fail because they're going to have one All-Star. Show me. You guys are literally saying their age, but you're not showing me anything where it was said this team was going to struggle for that. Nobody was saying that when this team was formed. They were called a super team, Ahmed, multiple times. So what are you saying? I'm saying that this was a super team, and I'm saying that the reasons and excuses that you guys have said it isn't a super team is after the fact that when you found out the outcome. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying when this team was formed, what you guys are trying to say and justify, nobody was saying. That's what I'm saying. That is 1,000% what I'm saying. Can you not understand that? Is that too hard? Is that too hard? How are you going to go back in 7 years? You tell me. I do got a lot of energy, bruh. So, since nobody else can tell me anything, right? I would love to stay live too, but I got work in the morning. Probably make some clips out of this. I'll give somebody a last chance. My whole thing here too, right? My whole thing. I'm looking at it. Nobody sent me this. Let me see. Thank y'all for the gifts. You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro, just go look at that. Please let people up. Sub up. You guys keep saying, come up, sub up. You want to come up on my live. You want me to deal with your emotional, unstable attitudes and your energy. You want me to deal with that? Sub up. You guys keep begging to come up. Sub up. Hey, if you're not subbing, you're not coming live. I don't need you to come live. That's the thing that you understand. You got to understand. I don't need you to come up live on my platform. You want to come up live on my platform. You want me to stop what I'm doing to give you my time. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. If you want to come live and talk so bad, sub up. If not, because I'm good either way. If you sub up or if you don't sub up, I'm good either way. Either way. No one is being emotional. You are being emotional. Where's the facts? Again, I've waited. What platform? You only got one. I got more than you on this account, and I got more than you on my gaming account because my gaming account got more followers than this one. So, Greg, again, bruh, doing better than you. You talk about my motion. Let's talk about your motion. And again, as I say, guys, nobody in life doing better than you will ever criticize you. Just remember that because they're so busy and so worried about their own success. He's sitting here saying, you only got this. You know what I'm saying? I did, sis. I did get him, sis. I did. And again, this is from somebody. He said, why you ain't responding? Because I'm responding to somebody else. It was literally formed to help Bron for the Warriors team. Why is this even a whole live? What do you it was literally formed. What are you talking about? The super team was formed to help LeBron. All of LeBron's super teams have been born to help LeBron. Hating on LeBron and pay your bills. But again, you can't even tell me where the hate is. You're speaking out of your feelings. They picked up 8 new players. Whoa. 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 Right. This is a super team. Yes, this is a super team. There's a reason why nobody in the comments can tell me how it's not a super team. I've waited for this the whole time. So look, tomorrow I'm gonna have the debate. I guess Kobe and LeBron. I'll do my little homework on that for y'all Bron stands to come in here, talk about that. Because nobody else, you just refuse to take an answer. But again, you guys gave answers to the results to you already knowing what happened. I literally said from your answers, you said they were old, they were washed, they were out of their prime. They had one person average 15. They only had one all-star. Show me before the season starting that they were saying that was going to limit the team. I've given you guys all the opportunity to show me how that was going to limit the team. You notice how nobody sent me no messages? Quiet, 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 quiet. They've had art, man. They've had hours to prove it, bro. You see how this works? You see, bro. They saying it like, all right, man. This is funny, y'all. The live will be on my YouTube. My YouTube is in my bio. All the lives go on my YouTube. All the lives go on my YouTube. He said, look at my stuff. I've already looked at your stuff, scrub. You're literally talking stats at this point. You're not even giving me an answer. So again, guys, I do stay cooking the LeBron stands, bro. They be in their feelings. Let me come up. Let me come up. Let me come up. Let me come up. You can't even answer a question. He's sitting there saying, let you come up. You can't even answer a question. He said, what about the 2012 Lakers? What about you answer my question? You can't. Crazy to think this was a super team. It is a super team. I texted you, gang. He said, yo. He literally says he texts me and says, yo. Man, people be making me laugh, bro. Y'all love wasting, like. This is why I say emotionally unstable. Yikes. You lucky is not letting me send screenshots to you. I mean, you can. That is hilarious. 6 people. I need to make a Discord, actually, to be honest. That's what I should do. I have a Discord. I do have a Discord for my gaming. I probably end up making it to where I have a Discord for my gaming. I'll I'm gonna do this for tomorrow. I have a Discord for my gaming when I stream. That way, like when I game on there, the people get the notification. But I'm gonna put it to where these notifications go to that Discord, and then I'll do a section in there for basketball talk, hoop talk, stuff like that. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. I do have a Discord, but I gotta do just a little bit more to it because it was just for my gaming. But I'll put the sports up there. Like I said, my YouTube is in my bio. All the lives we do here, all the VODs will be on YouTube. I have Twitch too. I'll probably start going live on Twitch. I need to get 1K on Twitch. I got like 600, 700 followers on Twitch, but I need to go live on there. I need to go live on there. But yeah, thank you guys for following. Thank you guys for liking the live. Tomorrow, I guess it'll be Kobe and the LeBron debate until Homeboy comes up. But we'll know. I'll do LeBron James, how easy he had in the East. I said, I'm not scared to accept it. You said, yo. So when I get off, I'll accept. I'm about to get ready to go to sleep. I'm getting off. You sitting here so worried about, to be honest with you sitting here saying, yo, and got to accept it to send a screenshot. You could have literally just told me what you wanted, especially if this is the only, let's just say I don't read the other message, right? Your one opportunity to send me a message is, yo, like this is how number one, I know this is a little kid, right? I don't want to say YN, but this is a YN because again, logic, rational thinking, processing of how they approach something. I'm literally asking for an answer out of all, let's just say out of all the messages and responses and ads I get, he's going to say, yo. This is why a lot of times, like, especially with this generation of kids, it's really scary. It's really scary. I'm just going to be honest. Who your GOAT? I just joined. My GOAT is Kobe. He trying to Hollywood somebody, not Hollywood anybody at all. Let's hear this BS. It's not BS, Jay. Good job, man. Go. Thank you. You said screenshots, didn't you? Correct. And you just sent a message saying, yo, why don't you? And I'll give you some examples. Hey, man, you said you wanted some screenshots. Accept this message request right here so I can send you the screenshots. Hey, can you accept this message request so I can send you the screenshots? Hey, I'm from the live. I got some info from you. Can you send the screenshots? Bro, you're a part of our generation. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm a lot older than you think I am. Like I'm a lot I'm a lot older than you think I look good for my age. I look hella good for my age, but don't sit here and make it seem like I'm your age. No, I'm not. I'm not in your generation. I actually watched LeBron's entire career. When LeBron got drafted in 03, I was watching those games. I can still tell you, I still remember LeBron James' first game against the Kings. Who was LeBron James' first coach? Pat Silas. Who was Pat Silas's coach? He was on the Charlotte Hornets when Jordan was on the Wizards, when Jordan scored, what, I think it was 33 on the Hornets. That game I posted where Jordan was hitting those mid-range in the first quarter, Paul Silas was the coach of that game where Jordan was playing. That was LeBron James' first coach. What did Paul Silas say in LeBron James' first game? Oh, I need to put the ball in his hands as much as I can because he's really struggled with dribbling part of his game. So I need to make LeBron uncomfortable dribbling because I know that's one of the weaker parts of his game. That and shooting. But again, I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what I'm talking about, right? I'm just a guy that don't know no sports, don't know no nothing. Just like I'm a guy that don't know no sports, but I can tell you how LeBron James how they used to let LeBron travel with his crab dribble. And then they said, no, my bad. Let me not even go to the crab dribble travel that LeBron used to do. Y'all don't even know the hop step, that travel that LeBron used to do that they let him get away with, that they had to change. The NBA literally said, hey, man, you traveling too much. We got to take this out. You can't do it. Then he did the crab dribble that was a travel. Y'all don't even remember the travel moves LeBron used to do. Like literally show evidence. I just played one of the interviews on my last video where LeBron is talking about the crab dribble, where they try to talk to him about the crab dribble to tell him about his travel move. And he literally is talking about, oh, I don't know, man. I'd have to show it to you. And then he says, yeah, I'm going to have to if they take that move away from me, then I will just change it like I did when they took away my hop step travel. LeBron and LeBron in the video is literally telling you he's taking more than 2 steps. Well, those 2 steps don't count until you do this. So then I do those 2. Watch the clip. It's on my channel. It's literally like my second recent video. I posted the 3rd one. But I don't know ball. Again, I've watched LeBron's whole entire career. I'm old enough to remember it. I'm old enough to like guys. Like when Kobe won their champion, I still got the newspaper articles when Kobe was winning the championships as the Lakers with Shaq. Like what? I'm not like you kids that just sit here and speak of what you read or what you saw. I actually know sports. That's why I'm telling y'all to tell me stuff, and you guys can't even tell me. You guys just off recency bias of what you've seen. He created the gather. He created all them steps. That's why I post the videos that I do, because there's a reason why when you LeBron stans love to talk about stats, you can't talk stats on my videos because I debunk the stats. You read the comments. The comments are full of excuses for a reason. They're literally excuses. All my comments are full of LeBron stans for the most part, giving you excuses as to why LeBron lost. They're giving you excuses to justify why he lost, that he had no help. It's somebody else's fault. LeBron fans literally will tell you every and any reason why they lost, except that it wasn't his fault. That's why I laugh at LeBron fans, bro. They'll tell you he's the greatest and talk about all the good he did, but when you bring up something bad, it's never his fault, and they're able to tell you why it happened. 4-6 as the GOAT is crazy to me in the finals record. Having the most finals losses as the GOAT is crazy to me. Having help every single step of the way from top 75 Hall of Fame teammates being the GOAT is crazy to me. I've seen LeBron, I've seen Kobe, and I've seen Jordan. Like, this is bait. Baby Pluto. How is it bait when you haven't even seen LeBron play? Like, you saw LeBron play when he was second stint on the Cavs. Every other year he performs. What does he perform in? What are you talking about? Swept 2 times in the final. How many NBA final sweeps have there been? It's been about maybe 10. LeBron is 2 of them. Shaq is 1 of them. Like, you guys talk out of your feelings. You 28. You haven't seen LeBron play. You haven't seen LeBron play. Because I'll put it to you like this, right? So, let me see. You're born in 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. You were 6 years old when LeBron got drafted. 7 years old his second year. Like, you get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? You were 6 years old. So by the time you 13, cool, I'll give you that. 13, 7 years in, where you have a mind to grab, even 11, I'll do 10, 11. I'll do 10, 11. His second stint on the Cavs. I'm sorry, his first stint on the Cavs where it's almost over. We could do 10 or 11, but at 6 years old, you're going to sit there and say, 6 years old, no. I'll give you 10 if he was 10, but I know 6 years old. I've seen him play. No, you haven't. At 6, you were 6 when he went into the league. Only time he didn't perform was 07 and 11. He hasn't performed a lot. He said, but again, I just wanted to know why this wasn't a super team. I was kind of hoping somebody could tell me why it wasn't. I'm past being on here. I need to get off. So you guys can follow up on the YouTube. If you want to watch the VODs will be on the YouTube. And he said, name them, please. Y'all like to ask questions, but didn't answer anything I wanted. Who gives about how old someone is? This is not, it matters blatantly how old somebody is, because you will have somebody that doesn't. You want to know how it matters how old somebody is? Because, and I'll give you the perfect example, right? Before I get off, because I want to entertain this. You know, when I placed that bronze game where LeBron's got bronze to Greece, where he eliminated them and the best that they could finish was bronze. The Greece game wasn't bronze, but LeBron got eliminated that game to where Team USA couldn't win gold. They got bronze from that game. You know how many scrubs, do you know how many losers sat there and tried to say that was when LeBron was 19 and that was LeBron's 04 year where he won bronze? Age does matter 1,000%, because you guys talk on what you don't know. You speak on what you don't know. Again, age matters drastically, because as I've stated, most LeBron fans are not old enough to even tell you stuff that happened during that period of time. So they go off of the recency bias that they heard. You guys try to tell me that was the 04 Olympics. That video I placed where LeBron was playing Greece. You guys tried to tell me that was 04. Do you know how many of you guys try to say that was 04, but age doesn't matter? How old were majority of you guys in 04? 6 and 7? Then I played with the game, which was after 04. You got people in the comments telling you, how old is he in this? What year is this? Y'all don't even know when the game was played. You literally don't even know when the game was played. I wasn't born. Exactly. 12. You got kids sitting here trying to tell you about a game they don't even know what was going on. You got kids telling you about a game they don't even know what was going on. Speaking on what they don't know. Speaking on what they, I guess I ain't said nothing this whole live, but you've been here. So again, that you're waiting for the point. That is the point. You got kids trying to talk about in a game saying it's 2004 when it wasn't even 2004. It was after 04. You guys weren't even born around this time. You guys were babies. Age matters 1,000% because we know what was going on. I watched the game. That was a stunner for America. But you guys said this is 04 where he got bronze? No. You're just speaking on what you don't know. That's why I laugh. That's why I laugh. Goofy, you mad though, Mohammed, go kick rocks. It was a super team. Go kick rocks. But again, I'm about to get off. I should have been off. I should have been off. I was waiting. But and again, I did. I did. I did watch the FIFA game in 06, and I was way over 10 years old too. I did. I did. I did. I definitely did. I 1,000% did watch the FIBA game in 06. I did. And that's why I laugh, because you have the ignorance of LeBron fans that think that right there proves everything I said about age. I actually watched the game live. Live. Anyone who sees D Wade in a Cavs jersey automatically thinks it's fake. That would be you guys. I mean, you might be, but again, all right, y'all. I'm out. You're ignoring comments about you being on the couch. I'm not on the couch. I'm on a chair. I'm on a chair, little bruh. On a chair. I'm on a chair. You said a couch. I'm on a chair. I'm on a chair. And then right here next to me is my gaming setup. So you saying that my gaming setup, probably my steering wheel for my car, where I be driving my car and stuff for my game, that probably costs more than your couch. But I'm gonna be nice and not, flex that. He's talking about a couch. They don't know the difference. No, they don't. They don't. I like your content. You know what you're doing. Thanks, man. Thank you. You never play with nothing. I never play with anybody high. Look, so I don't even want to get started on this because I could prove this and you guys would laugh, but I had a professional personal trainer. So I did work out with professional athletes all my high school years. My professional personal trainer has Olympic records to this day in powerlifting. So I'll give you a little fun thing, but if you type in Adrian Wilson, who was on the Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals, and you type in his high vertical jump, Adrian Wilson, that crazy vertical, the same dude who trained him, the same place, that's where I went. That's where I went. So yeah, I definitely did work out with professional athletes. Kids that were D1, went pro. Before they were pro, yeah, I did. You can say I'm lying, but I can prove that too. I can, which I laugh about to this day. People say, "Oh no, you didn't." I can prove it. I'm not around nothing. Okay, bro's gonna ignore the message, bruh. And this is another funny thing. You guys be laughing, like you guys get in your fit. I'm not ignoring anything. If I'm sitting here talking and I'm in my zone talking, I'm gonna stop reading my phone. You saw me open up my phone one time, and I set it to the yo message. Like, do you guys not listen to what's being said? And just make it all about you, me. Hey, I need you to stop what you're doing and respond to me. Rob, I need you to stop. I need you to stop, Rob, and respond to me. I need you to stop. But again, I should have been off. I need to get off. I did. It's not a sad claim to fame when it's true. He literally just said, I haven't worked out with anybody. I haven't been around anybody of skill level, anything like that, but I have. Now, again, I understand because you ain't got nothing going on. It's okay. Right. I still haven't looked K-Money because, again, when have I pulled my phone out besides the one time? Show me you making a layup. You show me. I'll show you me making a layup. You show me you benching 50 pounds. And there's 45-pound plates. So I'm not telling you to put two 45-pound plates on. I'm telling you to show me you lifting 50 pounds. He said I never played at a high level. Okay. Okay. And that's why I said what I said, but he said I never played at a high level. Okay. Yo, is it common to floss? You tell me, Chris. You tell me. You tell me, Chris. Is it common for emotional kids to be in their feelings watching another man talk while he's in his feelings? Can I get a reason why it's a super team? Yeah, when somebody tells me why it's not a super team. Matter of fact, I can even start this topic up tomorrow. Somebody tell me tomorrow why this isn't a super team, and then show me the proof of them stating the reason why that before the season starts going to fail. If they're old, they're out of their prime, they're not an all-star. Show me them that this team was being talked about like that. That this team was going to have no all-stars. This team was going to be old. This team didn't have no players. Show me. That's it. That's it. Show me. Show me. Show me. That's it. That's it. Is man, that's the no, that's not Kirk Heinrich. That's not Kirk Heinrich. Anybody who says this is a super team is a hater, point blank period. No. Just like you can't say how I am a hater. Just like you can't tell me how it's hate. So again, tell me what time you're getting on, and I swear. I'll be on probably I'll try like 8 my time, 8 West, 7, 8 West. I'll try by then. I gotta edit my Discord because I have a gaming Discord where it gives like my notifications on gaming, but I'll put it to where you guys join the Discord and it'll give you notifications for this one as well too. For the lives and everything. But all right, y'all, I gotta get off. Like I what games do I play? On there. So on my other page, I was doing story-based games, like choice-based games, but I got tired of that because people kept spoiling it. I usually on Twitch I stream GTA RP. That's usually what I stream. GTA RP. Now on there I'm just playing Assetto Corsa for the most part. No hezzy. The car games, like when you see me post the car videos, it's me driving my wheel and stuff. I got like a wheel and pedals and stuff. So I'll just play no hezzy and stuff. But if I go back to Twitch, I might play GTA RP again. I don't know. It just depends. Look at that user in here. All bark, no bite. You won't make it as a streamer either because you're a hater. I'll make it in whatever I do. Like I say, guys, when you have people like say things like that, I guarantee you in his life, he don't have anything going on, right? He literally doesn't. And it's cool. Like the girl that he likes don't like him. I promise you. He can't get the girl he likes, right? And so he doesn't like the person that he looks in the mirror. So he's trying to downplay me with what I got going on, right? He's on the sideline watching me and he's going to say, I'm not going to make it. What is he doing with his life? Nothing. He's literally saying, I'm hating, but what is he doing? Hating. So I can't sit here and ever be mad at anything somebody like that says because they got nothing going on. Nothing. Same thing. This dude saying never played in college. Yeah, bad takes don't mean hate. Whatever. Right? What have you done? Did you even play JV on your school? Like you sitting there saying I didn't. What have you done? You sitting here watching me, and I love it because this brings out the miserable LeBron fans. Miserable, and I love it. I love it. Hate on a fail. This kid, and again, I love it. He said play Division 1. Show me the stats. Show me the stats. Show me the stats. You play Division 1 or you made a Division 1 team? Show me the stats. Matter of fact, I'll do the honor. Oh, I can't even click these people's page on here. What? I can't click it. What? But again, show me the stats. I play D1. Bro saying miserable, but he has a whole TikTok page of again. Where is the hate on LeBron? You watch his greatness your whole life, but I'm not hating. You can't tell me to hate. You can't. I can show you. I can show you mine. I can show you mine. I can show you my logs. I can show you the name. I can show you where I went. I can show you where I trained at. I can show you his plan. I can show you. But again, everything I say, I can show. And I got to also realize, too, that a lot of y'all just talk, which is cool. It's cool. You're saying hating, but you can't show me. Saying you're a hater is it's the last resort, bro. It's their last resort. That is the last resort. Show me. Show me. Show me. We talking about okay, show me. Show me. Show me. We talking about show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Saying that I'm a hater is their last resort. That is what it is. And I've known that because at the same time when I say they're a hater, they can't show me. They can't show me a hate. They can't. I used to play 2K a lot. I used to. I still have it. I'm burnt out of it. I used to play 2K a lot. Like I used to play WR. I don't know if you know what like WR is and those comp leagues and stuff. I'm burnt out of 2K. That's why you don't hoop anymore because you're again, you can't even tell me what hating is. Yeah, we could play. What you got? I got PlayStation. We could definitely play. I just more so don't really play. We could definitely play it. We could 1000% play. Definitely play. I'll stream it too. I'll stream it. I mean 2K people are, GTA people are, anybody, everybody is. Everybody, there's good and bad in anything. That's what it is. No, exactly, right. Right. No, we could definitely run some games up. What's the super team? You tell me. All right, I gotta go, bro. I should have been off here 30 minutes ago. But the dude, whatever his name is, that said he doing. Show me. Again, show me. Kamani, you show me a clip of you doing something. Show me. You keep asking questions. Show me. LeBron's ability to lose. You're not hating. You just rage baiting to save the narrative. I'm not rage baiting at all. I'm not rage baiting. If I was rage baiting, you guys could give me an answer to what I've said. There's a reason why you can't. Bring up super teams again and the live is gonna end. I'll bring up super teams tomorrow. Cool. And then show me the scholarship. Show me the D1. So that's what I want to see. No, what I said, that's a super team. Yeah, this is a super team. See now, he said he failed as a hooper. But how did I fail at streaming? And this is what I say, guys. Remember this. Everybody in here, nobody in life doing more than you will ever critique you. Because he said I failed as a streamer. I have 3 different platforms I can go stream on, and as soon as I turn it in, I have more people than he does. Literally. I have more people watching me than he does. He's in here watching me, right? He's saying I failed, but he's watching me. He's giving me his time. Out of his life that he has, out of the limited time in his life that he has, he's giving it to me, right? Out of the limited time in his life, because nobody's time in life is forever. Everybody has a timer in their life. Out of his life, where he's at in his career, he would rather critique me than go do something. Like I said, that's what happens when you have somebody that's mad, that is living a life where they're watching everything they want get passed by them. The girl he likes doesn't like him. The girl that he likes thinks he's repulsive. The friends that he wants, he has no friends. He literally sits on a keyboard all day and critiques people because that is the highlight of his life. I could never be mad at somebody saying some things like that to me. You think that I would be mad over somebody over another screen that literally is hiding their face behind a profile picture? The kid doesn't even like himself. That kid doesn't even like looking in the mirror, guys. Every time they go to the bathroom and look in the mirror, they get depressed. They say, dang, I really look like this? Yes, you really look like this. Yes, that's really your life. And they sitting here mad. Keep it up, bro. Don't let these LeBron fans have you. Nah, right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I could never be mad at somebody like that. He don't even like himself. Like, why would I be mad? He's sitting there and walking in school with his head down. You mean to tell me I'm gonna be mad at a little kid? No. It did. It turned into a roasting session because they try to roast me. So I'm literally like, I'm giving them what they try to give me, but I gotta go, yo. I'm sorry. I could roast these stands all night. I'm sorry. I gotta go. He say, you cooked, bro, whole life though. I did. I had to cook him, bro, because he's sitting here trying to talk like what? Like, you better look in the